Gerard and Sam Malinsky and Calvin DeHaan and John Ludwig. Oilers got to find a way to get those second and third pairings on the Avs. And again, Alexander Georgiev starts in goal. He is a minus 10.2 goals saved above expectation. He's 7-6 this year, 3.33 goals against average, 872 save percentage. The Avs are last in save percentage at 855. They're 30th in penalty killing at 71% and 30th in goals against at 3.71. Those are some tough numbers. It's 12 minutes to face off. This is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. You know what I'm a fan of? Alberta. The wide open spaces, the highways and byways, and a rugged, beautiful terrain that I'm proud to call home. Maybe that's why I'm also a fan of my Ford F-150. It's tough, capable, and smart, which makes it a natural fit for roads like these. So if it's a new truck you're looking for, look no further than the truck Albertans love to drive, F-150. Head into your Alberta Ford dealer and tell them PB sent you.
Experience the exciting casino action in 3 Century Casino locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile. Dine at one of their amazing restaurants featuring daily specials. Take in the ultimate game day experience at the Century Sports Bar and Lounge. Check out the best in live entertainment at any amazing location. Plus, enjoy a great selection of casino gaming options and off-track betting. Feel the thrill of live horse racing at Century Mile Racetrack. Don't miss a second of the action at Century Casino. Come for the action. Stay for the fun.
This is Oilers Rewind on the Oilers Radio Network.
For the first time ever, the Edmonton Oilers take on the Utah Hockey Club here at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. Podkolzin gets it knocked down, comes in over the line with Nurse. Podkolzin scores! Vasily Podkolzin on a 2-on-1. Bouchard in the middle, down the left wing. McDavid across. Draisaitl scores! Leon Draisaitl off the right wing. It's a power play goal. Left side, McDavid. McDavid scores! Connor McDavid! We're going to need a little extra. It's into the Oiler end on the right. Almost lost it. And now he does. To Nugent Hopkins. In over the line. The shot. Scores! Ryan Nugent Hopkins! He wins it for the Oilers here in OT. What a shot!
All right, welcome back, everybody. Bob Stauffer, Cam Moon with you. We're approximately about 10 minutes away from face-off, and this is Rogers Game Night, courtesy of Rogers, proud partner and fan of the Edmonton Oilers. Do want to tell you at this time that tonight's Oilers Kid with Cancer 50-50 presented by Rogers is back. Tonight's early bird prizes include $500 cash and a signed Leon Draisaitl jersey. Get your tickets now at edmontonoilers.com/50-50 for more chances to win. The current draw is at $284,000 and the holiday draw is at $105,000. Local Ties is brought to you by Sobeys and Safeway. Liquor, wine, spirits, beer, and so much more. And our focus tonight will be on Brett Kulak, who's got 4 goals, 8 points in 23 games this year. He's played 19-15 per game. He's basically played in Edmonton's second pairing for the majority of the season. He's been very good. Legacy Heating and Cooling, who's not Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for a year. Well, Connor McDavid, he only had 10 points in his first 11 or so games. He's going good now, let me tell you. 20 points in his last 9 games for the world's best player. Stay tuned following the game for the Alberta Blue Cross Travel Insurance Goal of the Game. Health, dental, travel. We've got the coverage you need. Visit ab.bluecross.ca. Pizza 73 out of town scoreboard. Pizza 73 is the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. No score, just getting underway actually. The Bakersfield Condors hosting Ontario. That's LA's farm team. Edmonton Oil Kings. Adam Jacko has scored. They're up 1-0 over Prince George after one at Rogers Place. National Hockey League. Earlier today, the Rangers ended a 5-game winless streak by virtue of a 4-3 victory over the Montreal Canadiens. Meanwhile, Toronto Maple Leafs up 4-3 on Tampa. That's in the final minute. Washington holding on up 6-5 over New Jersey. That's in the final minute. 2-0 the Islanders over the Buffalo Sabres. That's in the third period. Tied at 2 after 2. Nashville and Minnesota. The Wild getting David Jiricek today in a trade for 4 pieces. Rangers, we mentioned a 4-3 victory over the Montreal Canadiens, but the Florida Panthers pound the Carolina Hurricanes 6-0. They beat them 6-3 last night. Win again today, 6-0. Pittsburgh all over the Calgary Flames, 6-2. LA Kings 5-2 victors in Ottawa. Philadelphia, Mate Michkov and GWGNOT. They knock off the St. Louis Blues by a score of 3-2. 7 minutes to face off. This is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
Every year, carbon monoxide poisoning kills over 300 Canadians and hospitalizes many more. Carbon monoxide has no smell, taste, or color. But protecting yourself and your family isn't hard. A properly functioning carbon monoxide alarm can detect carbon monoxide and alert you to the danger. We've created a helpful carbon monoxide checklist to help you protect your household. Visit atco.com/co to learn more and download the checklist. ATCO.
OilCountry, the ultimate Oilers watch party happens all season long. Attend Molson Canadian Oilers Game Day live throughout the season for your chance to win 2025-26 Edmonton Oilers season seats. Be there for the next Game Day live flight night for your chance to win a trip for 2 to watch the Oilers play in Chicago. Join them December 3rd at First Round downtown. For the full event schedule and to RSVP to the ultimate Oilers watch party, visit OilersGameDayLive.com. You're listening to Rogers Game Night on the official voice of the Edmonton Oilers, 880 CHAD, and on the Oilers Radio Network.
Yeah, they're a great skating group back there, and obviously led by Makar, but a lot of other guys can definitely make plays and jump up in the rush. And, you know, if we're caught not getting out of the offensive zone quick enough, they can really take advantage of just getting those odd man rushes. So one are, you know, the importance of our defense being able to defend the rush really well with their gaps and trying to deny lines, but they really the importance of having the help with the forwards.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Bob Stauffer with you along with Cam Moon. Rob Brown will join us later during tonight's broadcast. Mooner, doesn't get much better than this. Edmonton and Colorado, these are 2 teams that can really get up and after it.
Saturday night, you got a great matchup between the teams that have developed a good rivalry. You got the star power on both sides of the equation. You have both teams having played last night on the road, both sides of the equation. Injuries on both sides. All of that. Both teams have had some recent success. I love it. And you see it with Connor McDavid all the time. When he goes up against top players in the NHL, his game goes up a notch. And you don't think it can find another notch. It does find another notch. So I'm expecting that type of tilt.
All right, let's go to Ford. Keys to the game brought to you by Ford, the official partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Built Ford proud. For me, the Oilers got to find a way to get to Colorado's D. They're down a couple defensemen. Shillington and Manson both out with upper body issues. They don't have the same depth at forward. Oilers got to capitalize, but they got to know they're going against Colorado's top line tonight too. They've loaded up McKinnon, Landeskog, McKinnon, Lettinen, and Rantanen.
Yeah, that's going to be a handful. The Avalanche on the back end, a couple of defensemen with less than 100 games under their belt, so some inexperience back there. You've got a goaltender in Georgiev that's playing in back-to-back nights.
Get some shots.
Exactly. Take advantage of this, and don't take a lot of penalties because the power play of the Avalanche is good, and the Oilers don't need to see it any more than they absolutely have to.
Cam Moon's got the call up next. Ford Dinners NHL Hockey and the Oilers Radio Network when we return live from Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado.
Looking for custom flags, banners, or canopy tents? Aurora Flags and Banners has a dedicated team to provide you with custom solutions and quality products. Aurora Flags has proudly serviced Canadian businesses and organizations for more than 30 years. Get a quote today at auroraflags.com.
Get ready for Freedom Ford's Black Friday blowout, November 22nd to 30th. Drive a Bronco
sport with up to $12,000 off. Payments as low as $125 weekly. Save $10,000 on escapes for just $110 weekly. Trucks, $20,000 off F-150s at $203 weekly. Or a Super Duty at $290 weekly. Plus, no payments until 2025 and free 2-year maintenance. Freedom Ford's Black Friday blowout. Don't miss it.
Do you have tickets to an upcoming event at Rogers Place that you can't attend? Donate your tickets to the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation Seats for Kids program, presented by Eagle Builders. Seats for Kids provides unused game tickets for charities, allowing children and families to enjoy hockey at Rogers Place. And for many, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. To be a part of the Seats for Kids program presented by Eagle Builders, please email edmonton@kidsupfront.com. That's edmonton@kidsupfront.com.
Pizza 73, the official pizza of your Edmonton Oilers. Loyal to the oil, in Edmonton we trust. Rising to the top like a pizza crust. Got the flavors to play, yeah. Cooking on ice. Hunger happens, gotta score a slice. Let's go Oilers, E-Town unite. Ice District to Jasper, downtown to White. Wearing orange and blue, game on the street. Make the right call, Pizza 73. Let's go Oilers.
737373, Pizza 73.
Looking for custom flags, banners, or canopy tents? Aurora Flags and Banners has a dedicated team to provide you with custom solutions and quality products. Aurora Flags has proudly serviced Canadian businesses and organizations for more than 30 years. Get a quote today at auroraflags.com.
Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
This is Oil Country. McDavid, now, with the call of tonight's exclusive NHL broadcast, Bob Stauffer and Cam Moon on the Oilers Radio Network.
Saturday night, the Edmonton Oilers on the road. They will face the Colorado Avalanche. Good evening, Cam Moon, along with Bob Stauffer, Bryn Griffiths, Rob Brown, Jack Michaels, Brendan A. Scott. We are the Oilers Radio Network. Our starting lineup, it's brought to you by Coventry Homes. Flexibility within reach. Get back in the game with customizable designs by Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers. For the Oilers up front, Leon Draisaitl with Vasily Podkolzin and Connor Brown. On defense, Matthias Ekholm and Evan Bouchard. Stuart Skinner will start in net. For the Avalanche, Nathan McKinnon with Arturi Lehkonen and Mikko Rantanen up front. Sam Girard and Sam Malinsky are on defense, and it's Alexander Georgiev between the pipes. Braden Schrader and Trevor Hansen are the referees. Brandon Garlitz and Kyle Murchison, they are on the lines as we get set to go from the Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. Great to have you on board wherever you are along the Oilers Radio Network. Hope you enjoy the broadcast this evening. Oilers coming off that 4-3 overtime win in Utah last night.
Got a nice issue right in front of Scott Wedgwood, the new backup goaltender for the Avalanche. That's why we get a little bit of a delay here.
Whatever it is, they fixed it up. So we're good to go. Colorado last night, 5-3 loss. They were in Dallas. We dropped the puck. We're underway, and it's inside the Oilers zone, and it's Bouchard up the right wing, but knocked down by McKinnon. He'll lift it into the Oilers' end. Ekholm smacks it around the boards. He gets past Malinsky, and Gerard goes back into his own end. Little tight turn up the right wing. That will not get out. Draisaitl to Brown. Left wing corner. Steps out of the corner across to Pod. Goals it off a stick back to the point. Bouchard with a shot. Saved by Georgiev. The rebound to the slot. And McKinnon there for the Avalanche. He'll get it out. Bouchard, little bank pass to Draisaitl. Comes in on the right. Cross-ice pass off the left wing corner boards. Taves will get it up the left side to Nichushkin. They'll get to center ice. Now to Middlestad. Into the Oiler end. Lost the puck, and it's Nugent Hopkins, who had the OT winner last night in Utah. He'll get it up the left wing to Nurse. Dump it in cross corner. Taves off the left wing boards to Kovalenko, now into the middle for Middlestad. Middlestad into the Oiler end, works over to the left side. Now swings it back to the blue line. Taves will shoot it. Tip just wide. Kovalenko put it through the slot. Goes over to the left wing. Makar to Taves. On the right side, trying to get a pass was Middlestad. It goes off, and Nurse goes out of play. We're minute 17 into a scoreless first.
Well, the Oilers got an early look there, and Brown tried to feather a pass across, and had that gotten to Draisaitl, he would have been open to the backside. And well, one thing is, when you're big hit by Rantanen, by the way, first shift of the game, he goes in and runs number 14, Matthias Ekholm of the Edmonton Oilers.
A heavy forecheck.
Yeah, well, he's going to get himself a heavy contract, whether or not it's here or somewhere else. He's going to be a $14 million player. He's got back-to-back 100-point seasons. He's one of the best wingers in the entire National Hockey League.
Face off to the left of Stuart Skinner. 32 saves in that 6-2 win against the Rangers on November 23rd. That was a week ago tonight. Janmark played him behind the Edmonton net. Ivan will pick it up there. Ivan for the Avalanche. Now to Kiviranta. Back to the point it goes. To Hahn with a shot that goes wide of the Edmonton net. In from the right wing point is Ludwig to keep it in. And it's up against the boards inside Edmonton territories. It squeezes loose to Henrique. He'll get it to the middle to Stetcher. Now on the right wing off the stick of Janmark. Goes into the right wing corner of the Colorado zone. Around to the left. Kiviranta has it in his skates. Goes to the blue line where it's kept in by Kulak. Hit Kiviranta with it. Puck near the top of the circle. Now Henrique into the left wing corner. Taken to the boards by DeHaan. Comes loose. Jeff Skinner looking for it. Instead, goes to DeHaan in the corner. Get it across to his partner Ludwig. Ludwig up the left wing off of O'Connor, and the puck at center ice. We're scoreless. We're here in the first as Nurse back into his own end. 2:25 gone in this first period. Taves on the right wing will shoot it into the Edmonton zone. Parker Kelly, the Camrose product, will get it around the boards, top of the circle, and it's Perry to get it out for Edmonton. Up to Kachula, he'll shoot it in. Goes to Derek Ryan, has it on the left wing. Taves is in there for Colorado. Puck squeezes loose, and it was Ryan's pass to the point, not one, off of Pershipov, and it goes down into the Oilers zone. Nikita Pershipov.
One of 3 players drafted this past year to have played games in the NHL. Celebrity, Jet Luchenko, the other.
Mark shot all the way down. It's icing against Edmonton. But the amazing thing about Pershipov is he was a 7th-round pick.
Well, that also illustrates the challenges that Chris McFarland has had as the general manager here in Colorado. This organization, look, they got a great team. They've been really unlucky with injuries.
Yes. And they're into it right now with injuries.
Well, I mean, if you include Landeskog, they got 6 regulars out of the line. And just in Landeskog's case, he hasn't played the last couple of seasons, so will he ever play again? I think they're hoping he comes back for the playoffs.
Face off to the right of Skinner. Goes right to Bouchard, through the middle, up in the air, a bouncing puck. Malinsky will turn it off the right wing boards. It won't get out, though. That was kept in by Connor Brown. Just comes out, and Leon Draisaitl across to Bouchard. He'll dump it in. Draisaitl and McDavid each with 4-game point streaks coming into this evening's action. McKinnon will bring it through the middle for Colorado. In over the line. Will drop it, and off the stick of Rantanen it goes. And up the left wing to center ice's Pod Goals and try to float a pass through the middle. That got knocked down by Malinsky. Goes to the left wing point. Podkolzin won't get a shot. Had it in the slot, but just for a moment, it's turned up by McKinnon. 2-on-2. He's got Lehkonen with him. Into the Oilers zone to Lehkonen on the left wing. Now to McKinnon in front of the net, just off the stick of Lehkonen. Puck on the left wing point. Taves gives it to Makar. Snapshot, and the save made by Skinner. Holds on to it. 3:58 gone here in a scoreless first period.
So my advice to Vasily Podkolzin here is when you're playing against this team, you don't pass backwards. There was a famous line once from Tommy McPhee who said there's two places you never do a back pass, at home and on the road. And in that situation, he played it backwards instead of putting it to the net. You cannot do that against a Colorado team that skates like this, especially against McKinnon's line. You were begging for trouble when that happens.
Erson behind the Oiler goal. Around the right wing boards, it won't get out. Taves, and it knocked away from him, and it's McDavid to Ryan, left side to Nugent Hopkins, cross ice, and it goes into the corner. Taves went to shoot it out, goes off of McDavid. Taves behind the net to Makar, and he'll get it up the right wing for Middlestad. Middlestad taken off of the puck at the Edmonton blue line by Nugent Hopkins. And it comes out, and it's Makar to Taves. Up the left wing for Kovalenko. Into the Oiler end of Middlestad. His pass across, and Nugent Hopkins broke it up as Nichushkin was going to the front of the net. And it's Nugent Hopkins to center ice. He'll dump it in. Puck goes just past Kapanen on the right wing to the right wing point. It's kept in by Emberson. DeHaan shovel it up the boards. Kapanen keeping it in for Edmonton, but DeHaan on a second opportunity gets it out. Taves with it inside his own blue line. Up the right wing. The puck goes to Kiviranta. Kiviranta into the Oiler end. Cross to Ivan to the left wing corner. Ivan up against the boards. Lost it to Jeff Skinner. He'll bring it out for Edmonton. He'll go cross ice all the way over to Janmark. He'll shoot it in. We're scoreless here in the first. Played 5 minutes, 20 seconds of the opening period. Puck turned over on the right wing. It's Henrique has it. He'll turn. He'll shoot it. That goes wide of the net. And Georgiev got knocked down by Janmark. And it's going to be a penalty against Matthias Janmark for goaltender interference.
Unfortunately, that's one of Edmonton's best penalty killers as well. And this Colorado power play, not surprisingly, is pretty good. It's sixth in the league at 27.6%. The Oilers have killed 20 in a row off, including every PK situation over, their last 8 game or so? 8 games?
8 games.
They've moved up, and that's the emphasis, up. This shows you how far they were at one point. They're 29th in the league now at 71.4.
Oiler penalty kill brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Oilers were only shorthanded once last night. They were able to kill it off. Face off to the right of Skinner. Puck gets into the corner. McKinnon to Nichushkin. Goes behind the Edmonton net. Ekholm right on him. It comes free. Nugent Hopkins will get it all the way down the ice.
Really seeing an effective tandem on the D with Emberson and Ekholm.
Makar to McKinnon. Into the Oiler end, now to Middlestad. Back to the blue line to Cale Makar. Makar works across the line. His pass over to McKinnon on the left wing. Around the boards. Rantanen on the right side. Saucers that across. McKinnon in front of the net, just missing. It was Nichushkin for the slam dunk. Puck to the right wing point. Makar on the left side of McKinnon. He's top of the circle. Holds on, shoots it. It hit Nichushkin. Comes back to the blue line, and it's Makar. Right wing for Rantanen. Cross ice pass off a leg, comes to the blue line where Makar will keep it in. Left wing to McKinnon. McKinnon back to Makar. His shot off a Nugent Hopkins stick goes over to the left wing. Off the left wing boards, Nathan McKinnon to the blue line to Makar. To McKinnon, fake the one-timer, goes to the middle, shoots, misses short side. Rantanen back to the point, and he misses Makar, and the Oilers get a clear. Goes all the way down the ice. Penalty over in 35 seconds. We're scoreless in the first. We're just about 7 minutes into the opening period as Girard comes into the Oilers zone. Left wing for Lehkonen. Lehkonen, pass across, one-timer, scores! Kovalenko on the right side. Got the pass across, one-timer in. It's a power play goal, and it's 1-0 Colorado.
Well, last night Edmonton got a bunch of calls, but Brandon Schrader right in front of him And the Oilers are asking, how did you miss the pick on the zone entry? Because Edmonton's Connor Brown got picked off and Lehkonen set it up and ripping one home was Kovalenko. Power play goal, that's the second unit getting one.
Nikolai Kovalenko's fourth of the year. His father, a former Edmonton Oiler.
And well-known Colorado Avalanche as well.
Colorado 1-for-1 with the man advantage, 7:02 time of the goal.
You usually see that pick get called.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they did not call that pick.
Bouchard up the right wing. His pass goes just off the stick of Kelly deep into the Colorado zone. Perry after it on the forecheck. Taves up the left wing. Give it to Kiviranta. Kiviranta will dump it in, but it's offside at the Edmonton blue line as we've played 7 minutes and 20 seconds of the first period. Avalanche have a 1-0 lead on the Edmonton Oilers. We will be right back from the Ball Arena here in Denver. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey, Edmonton. Big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they are the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
MIC is a leader in medical imaging and the official medical imaging provider to the Edmonton Oilers. Make MIC your choice. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, the game doesn't stop for injury. MIC's sports medicine imaging specialists can help you get back in the game with a timely and expert diagnosis. Go where the pros go. For a location near you, visit mic.ca.
Hey, Edmonton. Big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
1-0 Colorado leading the Oilers here in the first period. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. Tonight's Oilers Kids with Cancer 50-50 presented by Rogers is in support of the Ben Stelter Foundation and Kids with Cancer Society, supporting families battling cancer and advancing research in hopes of finding a cure. You can help support the fight for cancer by getting your 50-50. And those are at EdmontonOilers.com/50-50. Kovalenko, the goal scorer from Lehkonen and Girard at 7:02. That was on the power play. It's 1-0 for Colorado. A shot into the Oilers zone. It goes off of Corey Perry. Lehkonen taken in behind the Edmonton net. Taken out by Bouchard. Loose puck to McDavid. Up the boards to Draisaitl. And then just off of Perry. It's fired back in by McKinnon. Back home behind the Oiler net. Rimming it. McCarr keeping it in. Goes to the right corner. Over to the left side. McKinnon after it. Puck comes free right to McDavid. Long pass. Just missed. Draisaitl skipped over his stick. Goes into the Colorado zone. Taves has it take a little bounce on the end boards. Puts it off the left wing glass. It does come out. Back home to Bouchard. All the way across to McDavid. David will go off for a change as he gives the puck to Ekholm. He'll take it in behind the Oiler goal. Just over 8 minutes gone here in the first period. 1-0 Colorado. Up the left wing side. Off the stick of Jeff Skinner. It comes into the corner. And yeah, Mark got to it first with some good hustle. Back to the point. Shot by Nurse goes wide. On the right wing side. Stetcher to the right wing corner. Gave it to Jeff Skinner. He'll turn. He'll shoot it. And that one went right off of Henrique. And to the right wing boards. It's Jeff Skinner. Pokes it behind the net to Henrique. Over to the left wing. To the left wing point to Nurse. The boards to Skinner. Wedged off of it by DeHaan. And he'll get it out. Give it to Nichushkin. He'll dump it into the Oilers zone. Kovalenko, the goal scorer. He'll pick it up, go into the left wing corner. Taken out hard along the boards by Nurse, and it's cleared. It's a hard hit by Darnell Nurse. Kajula into the Colorado end, goes to the left wing corner. Runs into Girard. Puck behind the net. Malinsky gets dumped down by Kapanen. Puck goes over to the right wing. Kajula's pass to the point, picked off by Nichushkin. He'll get to center ice. He'll shoot it in. Rim on the right. Kiviranta got it to the right wing corner. He was looking for Ivan. Instead, it was Emberson for Edmonton. Puck to the right side. Malinsky back to the right wing point. Fanning on his shot was O'Connor. It gets to the middle of the ice, but nobody there for Colorado could get a stick on it. Ryan got it up the right wing to Kapanen. He'll shoot it in. O'Connor on the left side. Gave it to Girard for Colorado. Now gets it out to Malinsky. Into the Oilers zone down the right wing. Drop it back to Ivan. Played him behind the Edmonton net. On the left wing, Podkolzin forced in behind the goal. Comes over to the left side. They're coming up to the last, or to the halfway point of the first period. 1-0 Colorado leads.
Draisaitl looked like he got caught up there in the boards.
Goes in behind the Oiler goal and up to Emberson. Now on the left wing to Podkolzin. He'll get to the center ice. Now to Connor Brown. Goes off his glove. He catches up to it in the left wing corner of the Colorado end. Smack it back to the right point. Shot by Stetcher. And that one went just off of Prishipov. And it gets out to center ice. Prishipov on the left wing.
Cow. I mean, they're sitting there water skiing off a Nurse.
Stetcher over to the left side. Off the boards and out. Parker Kelly into his own end. Taves over to DeHaan. Up the left wing will get to center. Shoot it in. Cross corner. Stetcher on the backhand. Off of Nugent Hopkins, and it gets out. McCarr with it inside his own blue line. McCarr to Taves. Now on the right wing to McKinnon. His shot. The save made by Skinner. The rebound put towards the net. Skinner kept it out. Puck gets over to the left wing. Good chance there for Colorado. McKinnon to the blue line. To Taves. A snapshot tip just wide of the net. Nugent Hopkins made sure it got out. Got it to McDavid. Comes into the Colorado zone. Stops on the left wing boards. Brings the puck to the middle. A couple of moves. The shot saved by Georgiev. And the rebound Kapanen had to go off his stick. And Randy got it to the blue line. Could not get it out. Bouchard on the right wing point. Down low to Nugent Hopkins. Takes it to the left wing now to McDavid. Stops in the left corner. Brings it up the boards to Nugent Hopkins. His one-timer, that got blocked. Went off of McCarr. On the right wing, it's McDavid. Goes in behind the net, over to the left in front to Kapanen. Scores! Kasperi Kapanen was wide open in front of the net, and he's tied this game at 1.
What an unbelievable play by Connor McDavid. The core strength and the low drive to fend off Colorado not once but twice. He kept the play alive. Taves and McKinnon tried to angle him off, and wide open on the back door was Kasperi Kapanen for his first goal as an Edmonton Oiler.
The Oilers tie it up at 11:48 of the first period. And McDavid.
That was unreal.
He had that puck for almost the entire shift himself. And Kapanen found a little quiet zone in the slot. Able to fire it in. Yep, first as an Oilers, second of the season for Kapanen. And the Oilers have tied it at 1. And the puck into the Colorado end, Jeff Skinner. Got it to the right wing corner to Matthias Janmark. It's a little shimmy on the right side. Puck comes free, top of the circle. Kovalenko gets it out for Colorado. Into the Oiler end, goes to the left wing corner. Stops on the left wing boards. A centering pass. It's broken up by Skinner. Doesn't get out, though. Nichushkin will keep it in. Kulak goes in behind the net. No, lost it. Nichushkin fires it wide. Middlestad has it on the right wing. Puck goes to Jeff Skinner after Middlestad got dumped down, and it comes out.
Ref waved that off right away.
Girard will drill it in on net. Skinner steered it over to the corner. Jeff Skinner to Ty Emberson up in the air and out. 7:15 to go in the first, tied at 1. Brown will bring the puck in. He'll drop it. Draisaitl hammers it wide of the net. It's up to the blue line where it was kept in by Podkolzin, but it goes to DeHaan and makes a move, gets by Podkolzin up the left wing. To Wagner, he'll shoot it into the Oiler end, go after it in the left wing corner. Nurse got knocked down. Crowd reacts to that. Puck cleared out, though. Ludwig behind the Colorado net on the left wing. Off of for a ship off, and the puck comes to the middle where Kelly to center ice, and the backhand will softly dump the puck in. Stuart Skinner to play it. To Draisaitl. Missed Connor Brown with a pass. It's going to go all the way down. It will be icing against Edmonton. 6:33 to go in the first. Tied at 1, the Oilers and the Avalanche.
Well, it's a big one for Kasperi Kapanen. And, I mean, he said it. He found a little quiet spot in the ice. Helps when the world's best player decides that he's going to fend off 3 men and just make a wonderful play. And a solid save from Skinner. Brett Kulak hasn't made a lot of mistakes, but sometimes when they happen, it's higher-end opportunities for the opposition, and Skinner bailed him out.
McDavid with that assist gives him points of 5 straight. I heard the horn. I think they were just setting the clock properly, I guess. They got her done. Face off to the right of Skinner. Rantanen against Draisaitl. Puck goes to McKinnon. Right wing. The shot by Makar. Rebound. That just put wide. Puck back to the blue line. McKinnon to Lehkonen. Across to Makar. Shot saved. Made by Skinner. Hit him in the right shoulder. Comes to McKinnon. He'll hammer it on net. Saved by Skinner. Puck comes to Makar. Had to go off his stick, but McKinnon will keep it in. Back to Makar. His shot saved by Skinner, and he held on to it. What a flurry by the Colorado Avalanche, and Stuart Skinner keeps it out. We'll take a break. 6:10 to go in the first. Tied at 1, the Oilers and the Avalanche. From the Ball Arena in Denver, it's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Believing in yourself takes confidence. At Portage College, 93% of grads say their education gave them the skills and knowledge they needed for their careers. That's the kind of confidence that leads to great results. Learn more at portagecollege.ca.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. As a musician, I'm drawn to the sounds of this great province. Whether it's the wind blowing down the Rockies, the rustling of grass across the prairie, or the sweet sound of a Ford Super Duty, it's all music to my ears. Speaking of Super Duty, with heavy-duty performance that's built for getting the job done right, it's no wonder this truck has Albertans singing its praises. The 2024 Ford Super Duty is available now at your Alberta Ford dealer. Just head on in today and tell them PV sent you.
Legacy Heating and Cooling jingle auditions, take 1 for Gene Principe. Are you ready, Gene?
Ready? I'm not just here to make a thermo a couple of bucks. I'd never just microphone it in.
Take 1.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Nice.
Boom! I'm a musical genius.
Legacy's going to love this for furnace season.
What's not to love with no interest and no Principe payments for 1 year?
Are you always like this?
Yep. Unlike a furnace, I have no filter.
Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Portage College graduates are incredibly employable. How does Portage know? 99% of employers surveyed said they would hire a Portage grad. Get career ready at Portage College. Learn more by visiting portagecollege.ca.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer. We are here in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. Tied at 1. Kovalenko for Colorado. Kapanen for Edmonton. 6:10 to go here in the first period. That last shift, though, for Colorado, they had some good chances.
They had 3 shots on goal. They're only a 44% face-off team, second last in the league. The Oilers are the third best face-off team, but McDavid got cleaned up by Rantanen into the box. Oilers got to do a better job here on face-offs.
Puck gets to the blue line. It comes out of the zone, out of the Oilers zone, and it's Taves inside his own end. Over to Makar. Makar up the right wing to Devon Taves up the left side for Rantanen. He'll dump it in. Stuart Skinner was out of his net. He was able to stop it. Rimmed hard by Ekholm. It'll go off the stick of Taves. He has to chase after it in his own end. Give it to Cale Makar, now to Rantanen as he turns to the middle, brings the puck into the Edmonton zone, stops on the right wing at the hash marks, gets it down low to McKinnon, takes it to the left side, runs into Evan Bouchard. McKinnon protects the puck, sweep it over to the right. Rantanen up the right wing to the top of the circle, will lose it. It comes out. Kapanen for McDavid. That pass a little behind him, and it goes into the Colorado end. Makar will hold on to it. Both teams make changes.
I'm going to guarantee you Colorado practices at an incredible tempo and pace because they're
flying.
Yeah.
Puck into the Oilers zone. Derek Ryan on the inboards. Taken out by Ivan as they're tied up. Ty Emberson in there as well for Edmonton as they do try to work it free. And it comes free to Emberson. The left wing to Kajula, off the left wing boards. He'll go after it himself. Gerard into the corner for Colorado. Puck back to the left wing point. Kulak down the left wing boards to Kajula. Cross ice. It goes through the slot. Nobody able to get a stick on it for Edmonton, and O'Connor will get it out. Kiviranta got it to the Edmonton blue line. That was it. Derek Ryan gets over center and shoots it in. 4:20 to go in the first. Tied at 1. Oilers and the Avalanche. Malinsky turns in behind the net, gets away from Henry. Now up to Middlestad. Middlestad into the Oiler end, and Nichushkin turns to the right wing to the middle. Ludwig, his shot and a pad save made by Skinner. And the puck to the left wing corner. Comes up to the blue line. Nichushkin off the left point, lost it. It comes out, and there's a breakaway pass. Janmark in the backhand. Saved by Georgiev. Puck to the left side. Jeff Skinner from the angle, and Georgiev squeezes it and holds on. We'll take a break with 3:46 to go in the first. Tied at 1, the Oilers and the Avalanche from the Ball Arena here in Denver. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
When was the last time your electricity and natural gas provider made you feel like this? Low rates, no strings attached, year-round perks, and local energy experts who always have your back with Encore by Epcor. Find that carefree energy feeling at encore.epcor.com/carefree.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll-free.
Real Canadian Superstore has more ways to save than any other major grocer. Check out their weekly flyer for PC Optimum offers, deals on club size, no name, and always low-priced everyday items. Visit in-store to find everything from fashion and home decor to toys and electronics. And don't forget their new Fresh Promise on produce. If your produce isn't fresh, they'll replace it and refund it. There are so many ways to save at Real Canadian Superstore. See their flyer for details.
Rogers is Canada's fastest and most reliable internet. We're made for Oilers fans. You can stream Brown's scoring down in the basement. And there it is! Watch Leon light the lamp in the living room. Spectacular! Connor scoring in all corners of the house. And Nurse notching a game winner in the nursery. Very quietly, of course. Rogers, proud partner and fan of your Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton comes all the way back!
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
3:46 to go in the first. Oilers and Avalanche tied at 1. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. There's Kasperi Kapanen from Connor McDavid and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins at 11:48 to tie it up after Nikolai Kovalenko had scored on the power play at 7:02 of this opening period. We're here at the Ball Arena in Denver. Face off to the right of Alexander Georgiev. He had 19 saves in that loss last night in Dallas. Shot from the left wing point by Nurse, doesn't get through. Draisaitl went to shoot it, fanned on it. Puck comes out. Kulak has it at the Edmonton blue line. He'll drill it in off the right corner boards. And it goes out. Nurse hadn't quite got up to the blue line yet. So Oilers with control, though. Kulak to Nurse. Nurse up the left wing boards for Kulak, and that goes off the stick of O'Connor, goes into the Colorado bench.
Cam, you're playing a team that's got the worst save percentage in the NHL. Like, far be it for me to try to come across like a know-it-all, but I might want to try to find a way to get 30 to 35 shots against this team now.
They haven't had a lot of zone time.
No. And they haven't had a power play.
Yeah.
And Colorado got 3 shots on 1 O-zone face-off win.
Yeah.
Put some pucks on the net. Make this guy work in between the pipes. 5 shots on goal, 16 minutes into the game. And you do have a goal, and there wasn't much you could do about it. It was an open net tap-in.
Lehkonen at center. Puck in on the right wing. Shot from the angle. Stick save made by Skinner. Puck back to Taves. He'll let it go, and a glove save by Skinner. Might have been going wide.
But you see what they're doing?
They're putting everything to the net.
Right, because the Oilers are 29th in save percentage. But Colorado is 32nd.
Face off to the right of Skinner. It'll be Derek Ryan taking the draw against Mikko Rantanen. So Rantanen into the face-off circle with Ryan. Comes up to the top of the circle. McDavid off the boards, down into the Colorado zone. Not hard enough for icing. Taves wheels in behind his net. Right wing to Makar. Makar forced back by Nugent Hopkins. Up to McKinnon. Again, it out on the backhand to Rantanen at center ice. Just shoot it in. Went off the linesman. And McDavid looped back into his own end. He'll gather speed. Come out through the neutral zone. Now he's coming down the right wing. He's in over the line. He'll try to go to the net. Put it on goal, and a save made by Georgiev. They'll jam away at it. Georgiev's covering it up as Nugent Hopkins and Kapanen were trying to find a loose puck. 2:27 to go here in the first. We are tied at 1.
Well, that play kind of evolved out of nothing. Colorado went to go make a line change, and all of a sudden, Connor McDavid, they did have their best pairing on the ice. But, boom. He had a zone entry, and Georgiev didn't exactly pick that one up cleanly. Georgiev represented by Edmonton's Jerry Johansson.
An all-around good guy.
Won't find much better guys to deal with than Jerry Johansson. He's got Brett Kulak on the Oilers. Seemingly half of the Montreal Canadiens. Slavkovsky, Gallagher, Kirby Dach, had Carey Price.
Face off to the left of Georgiev. Draisaitl against Ivan. Draisaitl wins the draw. Perry to the right wing corner. He'll get it back to the right wing point. Stetcher pulls it off the boards. His shot doesn't get through. Ryan put it on net. Saved by Georgiev. He'll cover it up. Perry goes to the front of the net. Now he draws a crowd and gets taken down to the ice as everybody gets in there.
That should be a penalty.
Perry gets up, gives DeHaan a shot.
That should be a penalty. You don't get to sit there and tackle a guy to the ice in a scrum, even if it is Corey Perry. Now, here's where we tell you. Last night, Edmonton got a lot of beneficial calls in the game in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
The Colorado Avalanche for years have led the league in power plays. They get more, I don't know what it is. Now, part of it is they play fast. They have a good team. But to me, there was an opportunity to put a player in the box there.
Face off to the left of Georgiev. Ryan, Perry, and Draisaitl out there, and the puck goes right to Draisaitl. On the right point, Stetcher down the boards to the corner. Turns towards the boards. Behind the net for Draisaitl. He'll bring it out. He'll shoot it. Saved by Georgiev. And Nichushkin shovel it off the right side boards and out. Nurse is going to chase after it. Mittelstadt right on him. Mittelstadt knocked down Nurse. Puck along the left wing side in the Oilers zone. Draisaitl to the middle, finds Nurse. Left wing to Perry. Over center, he'll shoot it in. Go around the right wing. Off the stick of Girard. He's able to get it over to Malinsky. Heel will almost gave that away to Jeff Skinner. Puck into the corner. Malinsky's got Draisaitl on him. Puck top of the circle. Mittelstadt will get it out. Emberson up the right wing. The puck in. Jeff Skinner has it hacked away from him. Taves will get it out. McKinnon's going to skate onto it. In over the line. He's got the breakaway. The shot. Oh, and just getting his stick in was Kulak. Disrupting it, and it goes wide.
That should have been a penalty on Kulak. And Jeff Skinner's got to manage the puck better. That was just brutal.
Lehkonen back to the blue line. Taves across to Makar. Now to the middle, Lehkonen to McKinnon, to the middle of the ice, but it goes off the skate of Henrique. We're into the last minute of the first period, tied at 1. The Oilers taking on the Avalanche. Puck brought in on the left side by Podkolzin. Into left wing corner for Henrique. To the point, Ekholm, and that goes off a stick, goes out of play. 45 seconds to go in the first period. Kulak just got his stick in there at the last second. Just enough to, disrupt things. You're right. That would have been a slash right on the hand.
That's a penalty. Like, we can be upset that there's no calls in favor of Edmonton, but in that situation, that's taken away a scoring opportunity from the reigning Hart Trophy winner. He's gone.
He'd call it a penalty shot. You wouldn't be able to argue.
I'm surprised. I don't know. Maybe we don't want as many power plays in the league, but man, oh man.
Maybe they got somewhere to go. I don't know. Face off to the right of Georgiev.
Early flight tomorrow?
Yeah, could be.
So one city in the league with an airport farther away from downtown than Edmonton.
Yeah, that's fair comment. Draisaitl taking this face off. He's up against Parker Kelly. Draisaitl wins it. Ekholm, his shot. Oh, it doesn't get through. But Colson on the right wing corner. Played it in behind the net. Rimmed by Kelly. Kiviranta made sure that it got out. 30 seconds to go in the period. McDavid will shoot it in. It goes right to Georgiev. Now to Girard off the left wing boards. It hit Bouchard. He was able to keep it in. Puck along the left side. Girard through the middle and broken up by Draisaitl. To McDavid into the Colorado zone. Swept out by Girard. Shot back in by Ekholm with 8 seconds to go in the first period. McCarr's got it in behind his net. McDavid will come in there and scare him out, and first period will come to a close.
Somehow the shots ended up 10-10. I'm not quite
Oilers
sure.
got a bunch late.
They got the final 5 shots in that period.
But all things considered,
you'll probably take that. I mean, they
take it.
They got a power play goal with their second unit on the ice, but not a bad period for Edmonton as it went on.
Tied at 1 after 20 minutes. Second of a back-to-back for both these teams. Oilers with a win in Utah last night. Colorado had a loss in Dallas. They were down 4-1, got it to 4-3, and then an empty net goal by the Dallas Stars as the Oilers here in Colorado. We got Kasperi Kapanen downstairs, Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer upstairs. And Kasperi, your thoughts on that first period here tonight?
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was solid by us, and obviously Stewie played a hell of a period. We're saving a lot of shots, so I think we got to do a little bit better job in our zone and just keep playing in their end.
Yeah, these guys are the fastest team in the league. They play at the best tempo, but I got to ask you, you played with some great players, okay? We know that. But when that 97's on the ice, just go to a nice quiet spot and he'll find you?
Yeah, that's the game plan. You know, I feel pretty slow out there trying to keep up with him, so just try to get open and get him the puck.
How has that been adjusting to playing with a guy like Connor McDavid?
I think it's whenever you play with anybody, new guys, it always takes some time. So, like I said, I just try to keep it simple and then get on pucks and get it back to him and just go to the net.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks, Kasperi.
All right, Kasperi Kapanen, the goal scorer for the Edmonton Oilers, tied at 1 after 1. A lot of speed out there. Some opportunities at both ends. Yeah. Both goalies made a couple of saves. A pretty entertaining period.
Pretty entertaining period. I thought Skinner, I think Kasperi's right. I think he was the better of the two goaltenders in that period. I mean, that said, there was no chance for Georgiev on the game-tying goal. Bit of a pick that they got away with on their goal, but conversely, probably missed a penalty shot. Like, I mean, Brett Kulak, either that was the perfectly timed slash of all time, or he got away with one. I'd say he got away with one.
Probably got away with one.
And bottom line, you're tied at 1 after 1. We've seen Edmonton have some better second periods. This team's going to come at you with speed. Oilers got to get playing at that tempo and pace too.
So Nikolai Kovalenko, the goal scorer for Colorado, that was his 4th of the year. It was on the power play. It was at 7:02. The Oilers tie it up. Kasperi Kapanen, our guest here after 20 minutes. Second goal of the season, but first as an Edmonton Oiler, McDavid and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with the assist for Connor McDavid. He's got points in 5 straight games. So we're tied at 1 after 1 here at the Ball Arena in Denver. Bryn Griffiths, he's got the intermission for you when we come back. From Denver, this is Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
RS Breakers and Controls, Canada's leader in new, used, tested, and obsolete circuit breakers, MCC buckets, bus plugs, and switches. They have everything you need to maintain your aging electrical infrastructure, ensuring it operates as good as new. Their 24/7 emergency response gets you back up and running quickly, saving valuable time and money. Minimal generators or modifications needed, and like-for-like replacements mean no special inspections. Don't replace, repair your legacy equipment with RS. Visit rsbreakers.com.
CHED Edmonton, the legendary Chad, now at 8:80 a.m. Edmonton's news, today's talk.
A Chorus Entertainment radio station.
It's our YEG with 880 Chad.
For 28 seasons, Cow Patty Theater has been inviting audiences to become a part of the magic of live entertainment. Now you can join in the barn for even more top-notch comedy grub theater. Check them out today at cowpattywithaneye.com. Then experience the awe and wonder of over 2 million LED lights as the magic of lights spreads festive joy at Rad Torque Raceway. On now through January 4th.
For details on these and more events, visit 880ched.com. At
The Intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
On the right wing, it's McDavid. Goes in behind the net, over to the left, in front to Kapanen. Scores! Kasperi Kapanen was wide open in front of the net. He's tied this game at 1.
What an unbelievable play by
Zone brought to you by Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos with 3 great locations in Edmonton, St. Albert, and right next to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the Winter Zone, and welcome to the first intermission. Sitting in for Rob Brown, who's going to join us a little later on in the broadcast, is John Shannon, who's our NHL insider. John, thanks for joining us here on the intermission. What do you think of that first period?
Well, halfway through it, I was starting to wonder what teams I was watching when there was a total of 3 shots on goal from both teams.
Yeah.
But, at the same time, the Avs seemed to have enough opportunities, and then later in the period, so did the Oilers. And Stuart Skinner did his job, and obviously, as Cam and Bob were talking to Kasperi Kapanen, he knew exactly what to do to be at the right place at the right time, and Connor McDavid found him.
Well, one of the things we talked about, obviously, on the pregame show was the fact the Oilers couldn't take any penalties. And you know what they really can't take? Are penalties 200 feet or 190 feet from their own goal. Matthias Janmark, it wasn't a smart penalty, but they were made to pay for it because Nikolai Kovalenko, with the power play goal, gave the Avs a 1-0 lead. You know you're getting old when you worked with his dad, Andrei Kovalenko, a former Oiler, but it was a pretty good setup. The Avalanche were pretty much all over the Oilers at that point.
Well, how about the fact that it's the sons of 2 former NHLers scoring the goals, because Sammy Kapanen was a longtime Philadelphia Flyer and Carolina Hurricane, and then you're right, Andrei Kovalenko, I think he played 6 or 7 different teams in the National Hockey League, including the Edmonton Oilers. So it was one of those times that Connor McDavid just can control play and did it with that forecheck and retrieving the puck. And then you can see the frustration on Nathan McKinnon's face constantly. He hasn't scored in 9.
Yeah.
Shooting the puck a lot more than he normally does. And he's trying to get back on track himself. So I expect more fireworks and bigger fireworks as this game progresses in the second and third period.
Hey, speaking of McKinnon, was that a penalty shot, or did you like the way that Kulak played that on that breakaway?
You know, it's funny. That was a rather interestingly officiated period, because I think that had we seen a different day with a different set of officials, we might have seen 5 penalties.
Yeah.
There were guys being knocked down. They had set a standard, and they live with the standard. And in that situation, what Kulak did was viewed as not being a penalty, as opposed to what some of us thought would have been a penalty shot. But no, I like where it was. I like the players playing the game and not having to have the issues of too many officials and too many penalties. But it will frustrate a coach and certainly frustrate teams if this type of thing carries on through the next 2 periods.
It's always dangerous to bring this up because our heads would be spinning by the end of it. But if we looked at that from an official standpoint, I like the way they actually called the period, because the 2 teams obviously want to fly tonight.
I think that's part of it, but I wouldn't say I know exactly how these guys ascertain what standard is supposed to be maintained through a game. But early on, you got a sense that if a player was to be knocked down, there was a good chance there wasn't going to be a penalty. And so that conversation between the 2 referees and everybody else, it's going to have to be an egregious foul tonight to be called, I think, Bryn, and that might benefit the Edmonton Oilers with their speed.
Hey, the other thing, too, you were talking about the Kapanen goal. Hard not to get dizzy watching 97. You can't watch him too carefully because he kind of went around twice, and it was on the second go-round that he was able to find Kapanen for that tap-in.
You know, that's the magic of what Connor can do. If you give him, we always talk about time and space, which is obviously an overused phrase in the game of hockey. But if you give Connor the outside lane, he has the confidence and the patience to work his way into areas and then use his vision to find something. You know, we often get angry with Connor that he doesn't shoot enough. He should shoot more. But when he does this, as you described, the double circle in the first period, you go and say, hey, I understand what he's doing, and then he uses his great peripheral vision to see Kapanen on the other side of the ice to be able to put the puck in the net very simply.
Hey, before we let you go, what do you think is going to happen here in the third period? More of the same, I'm guessing.
Well, the second period first before the third.
Oh, sorry, pardon me.
I know you're excited about having me on twice, in the same game, but that's, we're not done yet. I wonder, the coaches have to make some adaptations. And Jared Bednar is one of those guys. He's a really good, smart. And I think he has to find a way to get his big guys more involved in the offense. Other than the power play, how involved were they really? I mean, sure, there was the one, but finding a way to keep McKinnon frustrated is something the Oilers have to keep doing, and that to me is going to be the key. Frustrate McKinnon, you frustrate the Avs, and you create better opportunities for yourself.
Hey, John, thanks for filling in here this intermission, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday night.
Cheers.
All right, John Shannon joining us, filling in for Brownie, who's back with us coming up in the second intermission. After 20 minutes of play, the Oilers and the Avalanche are tied at 1. We're coming back with more. Yes, the second period is coming up, so we'll be ready for that. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey, Edmonton. Big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
For 2 weeks only, it's Black Friday savings at End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Save on laminate, luxury vinyl planks, loose lay, click flooring, hardwood, carpet, and more. Use our visualizer at endoftheroll.com to see it yourself. Plus, you could win your mortgage payments for a whole year. Terms and conditions apply. Maximum value of $25,000. Visit endoftheroll.com for details. Our Black Friday sale 2 weeks only at End of the Roll Flooring Centers.
12870 St. Albert Trail and now open at 580 Parsons Road Southwest.
Get ready for Freedom Ford's Black Friday blowout, November 22nd to 30th. Drive a Bronco Sport with up to $12,000 off. Payments as low as $125 weekly. Save $10,000 on Escapes for just $110 weekly. Trucks, $20,000 off F-150s at $203 weekly. Or a Super Duty at $290 weekly. Plus, no payments until 2025 and free 2-year maintenance. Freedom Ford's Black Friday blowout. Don't miss it.
Hey, Edmonton. Big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
News of the first intermission. I'm Zach Ferguson. A senior government source says Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's invitation to meet with U.S. President-elect Donald Trump at his Florida estate says a lot about their working relationship. Sources say Trudeau and Trump talked about trade, border security, Ukraine, and NATO, among other things. Keeping with the United States, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has tapped his son-in-law's father as America's ambassador to France under his administration. The Premier took a question on 880 CHED's Your Provincer Premier today about why MLAs who live outside of the Edmonton area got an increase to their accommodation reimbursements this week. Danielle Smith says anyone else who has to stay at a hotel for work gets reimbursed, so why shouldn't MLAs who have to travel into the legislature? The recent dump of snow providing the perfect backdrop for the winter white light up. Despite the chilly weather, thousands came out to enjoy the lights and sights at McIntyre Park tonight. The festival is an opportunity for the Old Strathcona Business Association to remind the community to think about shopping local this holiday season. I'm Zach Ferguson. Your next scheduled newscast will be at the second intermission on 880 CHED.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Chemco is more than just a trusted local name. Chemco has been building industry across Canada for more than 60 years. From engineering through to commissioning, construction, maintenance, and beyond, Chemco's multidiscipline approach stands firmly on the belief that Chemco cares. It's not just what they do, it's how they do it. Visit Chemco.com and discover how they can support your project today. Chemco, proud fans of the Edmonton Oilers, serving and supporting communities across Canada for over 60 years.
Experience a game day meal that's second to none. Fanfare with Skip is your all-star lineup of local restaurants this hockey season. Watch Jack Michaels give you the play-by-play on each restaurant's connection to the community and our team. Visit EdmontonOilers.com/skip to watch this month's episode with PM Lounge. Then open your Skip app and tap it in order with exclusive fan access to a deal each game day during the month. It's somebody say Skip. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
The intermission, brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Bryn Griffiths back in Studio B in Edmonton. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. These are all final scores. It was the Rangers over Montreal 4-3. Carolina blanked the it was the Panthers that blanked Carolina today 6-0. Toronto built up a healthy lead and then hung on at the end to knock off Tampa 5-3. Washington over the New Jersey Devils 6-5. Tough one for the Flames, losing in Pittsburgh to the Penguins 6-2. Went to overtime and the Flyers knocked off the St. Louis Blues 3-2. Another final score in Los Angeles. It was the Kings beating the Ottawa Senators 5-2. Buffalo at the Islanders, and it was the home team, the Islanders, coming up with a 3-0 victory. Another final score. It was Minnesota just getting by Nashville 3-2. And we can tell you that in the American Hockey League in the second period, it is it's the Ontario Reign in Bakersfield, and Ontario leading that game right now 2-1. And in the Western Hockey League, the Edmonton Oil Kings going into the third period at Rogers Place with a 3-0 lead on Prince George. And that's a look at your out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Pizza 73. Okay, the players are ready to return to the ice. The second period is coming up next. At the intermission is brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
At the intermission has been brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
This is a message from the Canadian Red Cross. While most of us count down to the holidays, families in Canada and around the world count on the Canadian Red Cross. Help them support over 2,700 families affected by disasters in Canada this year. Donate today at redcross.ca. Your donation will be triple matched.
Did you know that there are 9 Napa Auto Parts stores serving the greater Edmonton area and have been doing so for more than 50 years? Since Napa first opened in Edmonton, the community has grown and vehicles have changed, but you can always trust Napa Auto Parts to provide you with the expert know-how and the best vehicle parts. And if that isn't enough, every time you visit a Napa Auto Parts store when you present your AMA card, you receive an additional 10% discount on all retail parts and accessories. Visit your local Napa Auto Parts store for more offers and expert know-how. Napa Auto Parts is a proud fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
Heard of Uline? You know, the have-it-all in-stock, ready-to-deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses, with customer service reps on the line to get you what you need, when you need it, 24/7, 365, every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.ca. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at Ball Arena in Denver, Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer tied at 1, getting ready for the second period. The Oilers Kids with Cancer 50-50 presented by Rogers. It's back. It's got life-changing jackpots. Tonight's jackpot, it's sitting at $293,000 and climbing. Our next lucky winner could be you. Get your tickets now at EdmontonOilers.com/5050. Kovalenko, the goal scorer for Colorado, is capping in for Edmonton. We dropped the puck and underway here in the second period. Nurse with it inside his own end. Nurse will bounce it out through the middle. It'll get to Draisaitl, comes in on the right wing, stops up just over the blue line. Backhands it off the corner boards, rims on the left. Top of the circle, it's Lehkonen to get it out. Puck will go to Rantanen, though, and Rantanen tried to shoot it towards the Edmonton net. That gets blocked, and Podkolzin can wheel in behind the goal. On the right wing, Connor Brown, now to Nurse.
Draisaitl stopped skating at the blue line and in the opposition zone, and they started a transition. It's not the team you want to stop skating against. Not to tell somebody how to do their job, but this team can really skate.
Nurse snaps a pass to Nugent Hopkins. Gets the puck in on the right to Kapanen. Kapanen tried to do a tight turn and lost an edge. Malinsky will flip it out. Glove down by Bouchard. Off the glass and out of the zone. Center ice, Malinsky. It's into the Oiler and lost it to Bouchard. He'll go across to Ekholm as he comes up the left wing. Into the Colorado end, top of the circle. O'Connor took it towards the boards. Nugent Hopkins has it pinned up against the boards. Now, as it does come loose, top of the circle, Nugent Hopkins trying to bat the thing down low. And finally does. It goes by McDavid, so Bouchard will pinch in. Kiviranta off the right wing side and out. O'Connor had it shoved towards him with Ekholm on him. Then Ekholm loses his stick. Puck gets shot in. Stuart Skinner will set it behind the net.
Remember Kiviranta with that hat trick out of nowhere for Dallas and back in 1920 in the bubble in Edmonton. How's that an icing?
I don't know. Pass by Bouchard goes all the way down.
But Calvin DeHaan sits there and grabs. And there's Matthias Janmark going, he's asking the same thing. How's that icing? When the guy sits there and tackles me as I'm about to play the puck. And he's still talking about it. And Stripes wants no part of it.
Minute 58 gone here in the second. Oilers and Colorado tied up at 1. Face off to the right of Stuart Skinner. Came up some big saves in that first period.
He had a good period.
Yep. Henrique wins the draw.
Oilers won 75% of the face-offs in the first period, Cam.
Puck flipped out to center ice. Middlestad in on the right wing. We'll give it to Kovalenko to the middle. Can't get a shot away. He was being pestered by Jeff Skinner.
Excellent backtrack there by Skinner to help support the play defensively.
Janmark goes in behind the net. Now gets away from Nichushkin. Flies up the right wing. In over the Colorado blue line. Goes to the right corner. DeHaan poked it off his stick, but a penalty coming up.
High sticking call. Getting clipped on the play was Ekholm. Oilers get their first chance in the power play. They went 2 for 3 at the extra man last night, Cam. Edmonton's power play has slowly moved up. It's at 18.3%. That's 22nd in the league. Of course, 2 years ago it was at 32.4. And Colorado's a bad face-off team. They're at 43.9 on the season. That's second last in the league. And they got the third worst penalty kill at 71%. And when you got the worst save percentage, that sort of coincides with those numbers. And wow. I can understand what that was. There's been some non-calls that maybe could have been penalties. That was a little bit of a surprise that one that got called. But the Oilers got to win the draw.
Yeah.
So they flipped McDavid over to the left side hash, put Nugent Hopkins in the middle bumper roll, and it worked effectively against Arizona.
Nichushkin off for the high stick. Power play brought to you by Atco Energy, your trusted energy retailer. Learn more at atcoenergy.com. Puck clear down the ice.
Just whammy Draisaitl. He's gone 6-1 on faceoffs. And
Bouchard brings it out. Bumps it back to McDavid. Comes through the middle, brings the puck in over the line. Left wing now to Nugent Hopkins. He's top of the circle to Bouchard. They get it across to Draisaitl into the corner. McDavid to Draisaitl. His shot and it's saved by Georgiev with the right pad. Puck back to the blue line. Bouchard winds up, hammers it wide of the net. Puck hacked near the blue line. It doesn't get out. Draisaitl down low for Perry. Now on the right. It gets by McDavid. Kept in by Bouchard. To the left side to Nugent Hopkins. Now to Perry in the corner. Back to the blue line to Bouchard. Left wing to Draisaitl. Top of the circle. Side of the net McDavid. Nugent Hopkins in front of the net. McDavid after it. So is Perry. But Georgiev able to cover it up. 1:06 to go in the Edmonton power play.
And that time it was Draisaitl over on the left side instead of McDavid. So they're keeping him guessing in terms of where they're attacking downhill on the power play from. Which flank Leon and Connor are on. Leon's often been in his kill zone on the right side hash, and Nugent Hopkins has often been on the left side hash.
Face off to the left of Georgiev. Wagner taking a draw against Draisaitl.
He lost another.
Yep. Puck goes to Girard. He gets it down the ice.
Leon's frustrated. I mean, again, you're 6-1. He's dropped 2 straight here in the power play.
Bouchard to McDavid. Into the Colorado end down the left wing corner. Pass to the slot to Perry. High slot. Now across to Draisaitl into the corner. McDavid out to Bouchard. One-time shot. That one was blocked. Went off at Kiviranta. Back to the right wing point. Bouchard to McDavid. To the right corner. Draisaitl. Pass in front of the net. Off the stick. Bounces to the left wing. And it's McDavid up to the blue line. And it's going to get checked by Kiviranta.
I think that miscommunication between Bouchard and Connor there.
15 seconds left to go in the man advantage. We're tied at 1. We're 4:15 into the second period. Nurse on the left wing will dump it in. It rims, comes right out to Jeff Skinner. His shot kicked out by Georgiev. Puck on the right side. Stetcher shot saved by Georgiev. Puck goes to the side of the goal. Penalty is over. Connor Brown has it right wing. Gives it to Henrique. Back to the blue line to Brown. Doesn't have a shooting lane.
He's got to shoot it right away there.
Pops it off to Stetcher. And his shot blocked by Makar. He gets it out. Stetcher through the middle. Missed Skinner and Henrique. It's icing against Edmonton.
Can't make that play. It's a free up. 2-on-1. Missed it.
Face-off will be to the right of Stuart Skinner. There's a line of Henrique Brown and Jeff Skinner has to stay out there with Stetcher and Nurse.
Need a saw off here on this draw for Edmonton. They got their top guys on the ice.
Henrique, that goes off his stick in the neutral zone into the Oiler bench.
Beats the 73 out-of-town scoreboard. Bakersfield Condors trail Ontario 3-1. That is in Bakersfield after 1. And the last score we have from the Western Hockey League, where there's 70, what'd you say, 7,400?
It's about 7,400.
Edmonton Oil Kings are up 4-0 over the Prince George Cougars. Grayson Sachin with the goal and assist in that game.
Oil Kings are at home to Brandon tomorrow at 4 p.m. at Rogers Place. Puck at center ice. McKinnon into the Oilers zone. Top of the circle, stops up, and that's poked off his stick by Podkolzin. Off the boards and out. Malinsky to center. Shoot it in. It goes over to the left wing. Top of the circle. Derek Ryan there for Edmonton. He'll come down the right side. At the blue line. Will push it to the end boards. Malinsky got it around, but Kulak had pinched down. Puck does come out. Ekholm has to go in behind the Edmonton net. Throws the brakes on to shake off Middlestad. Long pass off the stick of Janmark. Ludwig on the right to Middlestad, then broken up by Ekholm before he could get to Nichushkin. And Matthias Ekholm will shoot it in off the stick of Nichushkin. Stopping him behind the net, Malinsky. The left wing for Kovalenko. He got dumped down by Bouchard. Be a tripping call against Evan Bouchard. And the second power play of the evening for Colorado.
Evan got away with one late in the first period. He didn't get away with that one that time.
Oiler penalty kill brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Colorado, their one goal, it was on the power play. They're 1 for 1.
Playing with fire. Yep.
Tied at 1 here in the second period. Henrique and Nugent Hopkins out with Emberson and Ekholm. Middlestad to take the draw for Colorado. Puck goes to Matthias Ekholm. Goes in behind the net, rims it on the left side, around the glass, and all the way down the ice. Makar out from behind his goal, up the right wing to Rantanen. He's got it at the Colorado blue line. Now to Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon will bring the puck in on the right wing. Off the right wing boards to the blue line to Makar. Makar brings it to the middle. Left wing corner to McKinnon. Hopped over his stick. Nichushkin on the left wing to Middlestad. To the blue line to Makar. To Middlestad. Now to McKinnon. Left wing towards the net. And that shot goes wide as Nichushkin was in front trying to provide the screen. Ekholm blasts it off the glass. It hits Makar. It stays in. Durant in on the right wing. Fires it across. McKinnon on the left side. Waiting. Stick handling. But then Nugent Hopkins comes in. Has to get it back to the point. Taves. His pass hit Henrique. Goes to McKinnon on the left wing. Back to the blue line. Makar to the right. To Rantanen. To Makar. Now over to McKinnon. Cross ice pass. It hit a skate. Went to Makar. Over to McKinnon. One timer. It misses and goes around the boards and down the ice.
Oilers are going to get a full change in here. But, man, does Colorado put you under duress? It's just the tempo and the pace that they play with. Edmonton's more deliberate right now. When they're on the power play, Colorado, there's a frenetic energy to it.
Middlestad will get it into Rantanen. His shot blocked by Nurse. 30 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Puck on the right wing side in the Oilers zone. Nichushkin behind the net. We're tied at 1 here in the second period. To McKinnon off the left wing boards to the blue line to Taves on the right. Rantanen, one-timer pad save made by Skinner. And up the left side, it's Connor Brown to get it out. It's got Janmark with him. In over the line. Middlestad closing the gap. Brown trying to protect the puck on the left wing and now just dump it in behind the goal. Taves skating through the middle. Taves, his pass, glances off the stick of Lehkonen. Stuart Skinner to Matthias Ekholm. The penalty is done. Up to center ice to McDavid. Now to Draisaitl. Comes in. His pass to the middle off the stick of Taves. And the puck out to center ice. Colorado 1 for 2 with the man advantage. Emberson behind the Edmonton net. Up the left wing to Ekholm. It gets to the top of the circle. They're able to bounce it just to the line and out. As they battle along the boards, Draisaitl back to Ekholm. Forced back by Ivan, across to Emberson. Up to the blue line, Kovalenko kept it in. He'll give it to Ivan towards the net, and that goes off his stick. Ivan follows the play, can't get a shot through. Ludwig on the right point, will shoot it. Stick save by Skinner. The top of the circle, Draisaitl up the right wing. Draisaitl, and that's offside against the Oilers as we've played 8 minutes, 51 seconds of the second. Tied at 1. The Oilers taking on the Avalanche. We'll be right back from the Ball Arena here in Denver. Sport Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Sobeys and Safeway Liquor are stocked with spirits, wine, and beer for all your get-togethers. So, whether you're celebrating the holiday season or hockey season, check out Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, proud partners and fans of the Edmonton Oilers.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. You know what I'm a fan of? Alberta. The wide open spaces, the highways and byways, and a rugged, beautiful terrain that I'm proud to call home. Maybe that's why I'm also a fan of my Ford F-150. It's tough, capable, and smart, which makes it a natural fit for roads like these. So if it's a new truck you're looking for, look no further than the truck Albertans love to drive, F-150. Head into your Alberta Ford dealer and tell them PB sent you.
Proudly headquartered in OilCountry, Capital Power is delivering reliable and affordable power today while building clean power systems for tomorrow, creating the balanced energy solutions communities across Alberta and North America can depend on. Visit capitalpower.com to learn how they are powering change by changing power. Be part of their energy and join Capital Power as we all cheer on our Edmonton Oilers on their quest to win it all.
Sobeys and Safeway Liquor are stocked with spirits, wine, and beer for all your get-togethers. So, whether you're celebrating the holiday season or hockey season, check out Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, proud partners and fans of the Edmonton Oilers.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Tied at 1, the Oilers and the Avalanche. 8:51 gone in the second. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer here at the Ball Arena in Denver. Both goals coming in the first period. Kovalenko for Colorado, Kapanen for Edmonton.
And both teams not capitalizing on a power play. Both teams having looks on the power play. If you're Chris McFarland, you're wondering what your team would look like if you had Duran and Miles Wood and Ross Colton in the lineup and potentially Landeskog. And if you're the Oilers, starting to play a little better. But what about the likes of Hyman and Arvidsson and Kane?
Puck dumped into the Oilers zone. It goes off of Kapanen and out. Taves at center ice. He'll shoot it back in. Rides up on the glass.
And this is a different team without Manson either. It should be stated. True. He is out. That's a big D-man for them.
He got hurt last night in Dallas. Puck to the neutral zone. Brought in Lehkonen. Will give it to McKinnon. Now back to Girard. Comes to the left wing corner. Across to McKinnon. Waiting. The shot. Glove save made by Skinner. He holds on to it as McKinnon is denied. Trying to go upstairs on Stuart Skinner.
Yeah, good stop from Stuart, but a great stop, pop, and drop there. And McKinnon from 35 feet out shoots through the screen of Connor McDavid and fighting that off with Stuart Skinner. That's one of his best saves of the game.
9.5 gone here in the second. Tied at 1.
So here we are thinking, well, two of the teams with the worst save percentages in the league. The goalies have been really good so far in this game. It's kind of the way it works.
That's how it goes, yeah. Face off to the left of Skinner. Nichushkin to the point. The shot skips towards the net. Kicked out by Skinner. After Malinsky let it go from the left wing point. Kovalenko to the blue line to Girard. And he'll spin around. Podkolzin was right there. And the puck will go to Stetcher. And he'll give the puck to Draisaitl. Now in over the Colorado line. Down the right wing across to Nertz. And shot. That one hit Podkolzin and shot. And a pad save made by Georgiev.
I thought that play was offside, but it wasn't.
Kovalenko into the Oilers zone through the slot and runs into Nurse and Stetcher and has that puck taken away from him. And it's Stetcher over to Nurse. Out of Draisaitl at the Edmonton blue line. Back into his own end. For Shipoff is on him, but Draisaitl shakes him off. And now down the right wing into the Colorado zone. Right side to the blue line. Amberson shot. And that one pinballs in front of the net.
That hurt Corey Perry.
Hit Perry right in front and the puck down the right wing.
Oilers might be down and forward here. That stung him good.
Up the right side to Derek Ryan after a strong forecheck by Wagner of the Avalanche.
Well, Wagner will run, guys. We know that.
In the neutral zone, Ryan into Colorado territory. To the right wing corner, Kajula after it. He'll get it back to the blue line to Emberson. Emberson down low. Kajula couldn't get a shot through. It'll roll to Georgiev. He'll cover it up. With 8 minutes and 56 seconds left to go here in the second. The Oilers and the Avalanche are all tied at 1. We're going to take a break from the Ball Arena here in Denver. It's Four Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hockey is back, and so is Play Alberta.
Alberta's #1 sportsbook and the official partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Cheer for the Oilers while scoring bigger offers, boosted odds, live betting, player props, and more. New to Alberta? New players now receive $200 in free bets just for signing up. Already a player? Get a $10 free bet for every $100 you bet. Download the new sportsbook app and make your picks today. Bonus terms and conditions apply.
Our people, our team. It's what business owners almost always say is their most important resource. But strong businesses don't just find great people. They make sure their teams stay healthy, engaged, and performing at their best. A benefits plan from Alberta Blue Cross is more than just drug and dental. They support the whole person with flexible coverage levels that fit the size and circumstance of your business. Find a plan that gets results at ab.bluecross.ca.
Hockey season is back. And so are the deals at Boston Pizza. Cheer on your team while ordering off their game day menu or come in and see what great promotions they have going on. At Boston Pizza, they always have something craveable for you to enjoy. Boston Pizza, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Cheers to a great hockey season.
All games, all seasons. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at the Ball Arena in Denver, Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. We are in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling. Home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. Tied at 1 with 8:56 to go in the second period. Faceoff will be in the Colorado end to the left of Georgiev. Oil Kings up 5-0 on Prince George in the third period at Rogers Place.
Bakersfield down 3-1 after 1 in Bakersfield.
Adam Henrique to take this draw.
It's been a pretty evenly played game, all things considered.
Shots are 17-14 for Edmonton. At one point, they were 10-5 for Colorado. Janmark off the right wing boards to Emberson. His shot and a glove save made by Georgiev. He'll hold on to it. But you're right, it's been even game. And a good pace to the game.
Yeah, well, Colorado can skate. We know that. I mean, think of who's out for them, too. Like Miles Wood could fly.
Ludwig up the left wing, got it out. Emberson's pass hit a stick. Go over to O'Connor on the right wing. His shot, that's booted out by Skinner. Ivan with it on the left wing. It's mashed on the boards by Emberson. Puck came free to DeHaan. DeHaan shoots towards the net, hit Emberson, loose puck in front, and fired off a Skinner by Kiviranta.
Emerson's having a real tough shift there. Turned the puck over twice and then got a bad bounce right after.
Emberson up the right wing to Henrique. Hit right at the Colorado blue line by DeHaan. Puck along the boards. Ludwig will get it out. It'll go down the ice. It'll be icing against Colorado. 8:05 to go in the second, tied at 1. And
he's done his best work in penalty killing. That's where we've seen the progression with Ty Emerson. I mean, he did put up 34 points in the AHL one year, sort of as a second power play option on defense. You wonder whether or not, once he gets settled defensively, first thing, a defenseman's got to be able to do is play defense. He's helping out in the penalty kill. Do we start to see him gain a little bit more confidence with the puck over time? Or is it just too much of an adjustment jumping up from, being an American leaguer to an NHLer?
Just his 52nd NHL game here tonight. Shot by Bouchard wide of the net. Ekholm attempting to keep it in, but O'Connor jams it off the boards and out. Capping in at the Edmonton blue line. Up the left wing, Matthias Ekholm. Dumps it in off the left wing boards. Ludwig goes in behind his net. In pursuit is Connor McDavid. Ludwig up the left wing and his stick lifted. Now gets the puck on the left side to Rantanen. He'll shoot it in. It's Ekholm in behind the Edmonton goal. 7.5 to go in the second. Tied at 1. The right wing to Bouchard. Now to his center ice to McDavid. He'll give it to Nugent-Hopkins. Comes in over the line on the right. Back to Bouchard. Working towards the net. Over to McDavid. In front of the net. That one just goes off a Kapanen and wide.
Put the puck on the net, Connor. Yeah, he had him wide open, but he was, he was right. I mean, point blank, 25 feet out.
Cleared out. Nugent-Hopkins comes in on the left wing. Will shoot it in. Georgiev out of his net to stop it. Puts it up on the glass. Lehkonen made sure that it got out. Nurse at top of the circle in his own end. Up the left wing to Nugent-Hopkins. Now to Draisaitl into the Colorado zone. Lost the puck. Middlestad will get it out. Nurse to Draisaitl. Shooting it in. Podkolzin recovers in the right wing corner. Back to the point. Stetcher over to Nurse. His shot tipped on net. Georgiev to stop, and he's able to squeeze it with 6:34 to go in the second. And the game tied at 1.
Connor Brown playing a bit up in the lineup. Obviously, the Oilers don't have Zach Hyman. We think Hyman's close, perhaps closer than Victor Arvidsson. But, the Oilers are playing with their top 2 right wings not in the lineup. And another top 6 forward, Noah Vander Kane. And then you look at Colorado, they got a bunch of guys out too, including Colton, who was off to a great start for them. But Brown playing further up the lineup in a little bit more offensive role. I mean, he was on the Oilers' 4th line for the majority of last season.
Left wing point, Nurse. Around the boards, behind the net, to Draisaitl, to the right wing, up to the top of the circle, now to the slot. His shot saved by Georgiev. The rebound put on net by Stetcher. Georgiev stopped that too. Podkolzin to Draisaitl, cross ice to Brown, back to the blue line to Stetcher, to the middle. His shot tipped, scores! Vasily Podkolzin with a perfect redirection, and the Oilers have a 2-1 lead.
Well, but Colson kept the play alive, got it to Draisaitl. Draisaitl through the seam over to Brown. Brown to Stetcher at the point. Yeah, and that's a clean goal all the way.
That's goals in 3 straight for Podkolzin.
It's not close. It's a good goal.
13:48, time of the goal. As Vasily Podkolzin has to pick it out of the air to redirect it by Georgiev. And the Edmonton Oilers have a 2-1 lead on the Colorado Avalanche.
It's that dreaded scoreline that you just can't stop for the opposition. But Colson from Stetcher and Connor Brown.
Kulak off the draw, up the left side. It goes off his stick, right to Corey Perry. Good to see him back out there after getting drilled by a puck. The puck goes to the right wing corner, now in behind the Colorado net. Ludwig gets it around the boards. Kulak keeping it in. DeHaan taken to the corner, and Kajula gets a loose.
No, that's going to be Perry for the reach.
Perry, yeah. Perry's going to the box.
You know what? And Corey's a wily veteran, but you're up against an opponent this good. It's a tough call after you just gained a lead.
All right, we'll take a break. 5:46 to go in the second period. 2-1 Oilers lead. They'll be shorthanded when we come back from the Ball Arena in Denver. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Looking for custom flags, banners, or canopy tents? Aurora Flags and Banners has a dedicated team to provide you with custom solutions and quality products. Aurora Flags has proudly serviced Canadian businesses and organizations for more than 30 years. Get a quote today at auroraflags.com.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Chemco is more than just a trusted local name. Chemco has been building industry across Canada for more than 60 years. From engineering through to commissioning, construction, maintenance, and beyond, Chemco's multidiscipline approach stands firmly on the belief that Chemco cares. It's not just what they do, it's how they do it. Visit Chemco.com and discover how they can support your project today. Chemco, proud fans of the Edmonton Oilers, serving and supporting communities across Canada for over 60 years. Looking for custom flags, banners, or canopy tents? Aurora Flags and Banners has a dedicated team to provide you with custom solutions and quality products. Aurora Flags has proudly serviced Canadian businesses and organizations for more than 30 years. Get a quote today at auroraflags.com.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
2-1 Oilers lead. 5:46 to go in the second. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer here at the Ball Arena. Corey Perry goes to the box for Edmonton. Third power play of the evening for Colorado. They're 1 for 2 with the man advantage.
Yeah, not a good play by Corey Perry. Your team they just got the lead. You don't want to put them out there with the extra man, and that's what's happened.
Off the left wing, McKinnon in front of the net, off the stick of Nichushkin. It goes wide. Rantanen has it on the right wing to the point. Gave it to Makar. Back to Rantanen. In the right wing corner to the blue line to Cale Makar. To Rantanen on the right side to Middlestad. Pressured by Nugent Hopkins. Puck near the blue line. Makar kept it in. Bounced it in behind the net. Rantanen tying up. It comes free. Ekholm will get it out and down the ice.
Excellent work by Emberson again. Back behind the goal. He fences off one player and then gets the support there from Ekholm for the clear.
Oiler penalty kill brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. 2-1 Oiler lead here in the second period. It hits Janmark's stick, goes into the Colorado bench.
And I know Janmark took a penalty early in the game that led to the Avalanche lone goal from their second unit, albeit. But he has tremendous anticipation when he's out on the PK. He's usually the second forward group out because they're not out there to take draws, him and Brown. They're both wingers. But that pairing really reads and reacts well together.
Good job by Brown off the draw to fire it down the ice. Makar to McKinnon. Down the right wing, into the Oiler end. Drops it to Rantanen. Into the corner to McKinnon. Back to the point to Makar. Right wing to Rantanen. Into the corner. Nichushkin holding on to it. Banks it up the right wing for Rantanen. Rantanen in behind the Edmonton net, then gave it away to Kulak. And on the backhand, he'll get it down the ice.
That's a solid raid by Nurse as he angled his man off and Kulak cleaned it up.
30 seconds left to go in the penalty to Corey Perry. 2-1 Edmonton leads. 4:10 to go in the second period. Puck turned over. Kapanen to Podkolzin, and he'll dump it down the ice.
So a penalty killing shift here in the third unit for Kapanen.
Carr out from behind his net. Drops it to Girard. Girard rimming the puck into the Edmonton zone. Ekholm up against the boards for Kovalenko. Trying to work this thing loose. Penalty over. Perry is out there. Colorado 1 for 3 on the power play. They still have it tied up along the corner boards inside the Edmonton zone.
They don't blow it here.
Still working it. Corey Perry has joined the mix. Puck hit Ivan. Podkolzin got dumped down. Penalty coming up. Kovalenko knocked Podkolzin to the ice. It's going to be a cross-checking call, and with 3:22 to go in the second, Oilers have a 2-1 lead. They'll go on the power play.
Oh, a bit of a frustrated Kovalenko there.
As they battled for the on the boards, and eventually, Kovalenko just comes in and drills Podkolzin with the cross check.
Now, one of the things that hurt the Oilers the last power play, what happened?
Well,
they'd lost 2 consecutive draws. Yep, not having to chase the puck back in their own zone.
Face off to the right of Georgiev. Power play presented by ATCO Energy, your trusted energy retailer. Learn more at atcoenergy.com. Draisaitl wins the draw. Puck goes to Bouchard. Brings it to the middle.
Get it to the net.
Out of the left wing corner. Perry hit up against the boards. Center around near the line. A 2-on-1 short-handed down the right wing. Wagner down that right side to the middle. Didn't get a shot, and he goes flying into the net. Spun around Stuart Skinner and knocked the net off the mooring.
And just so you know, Wagner plays hard. He's a greasy player. Some guys in the league would say he plays on the edge of it. That's how he finds a way to stay in the league. He's not a big man. And he took it hard to the hole there.
They never got a shot away.
And he took a piece out of Stuart Skinner.
Nugent Hopkins followed up, put the pressure on, gave Wagner a shot, and he went right into Skinner.
Sometimes that's a penalty in this league.
Yeah.
Right? In fact, look where the draw's coming.
It'll be just outside the Colorado blue line.
But they won the draw, and Nugent Hopkins didn't put the puck to the net right away, and they had a chance. And then the strip ended up taking place. You cannot pass the leaks. As good as the Oilers' power play has been, can't be too predictable. And get pucks to the net. That's how you score.
Bouchard to McDavid into the Colorado end. Now on the left wing to Nugent Hopkins. Back to the blue line to Bouchard to Nugent Hopkins. To the corner to McDavid. In front of the net. He was looking for Perry with the tap in and hit his stick. Comes back to the point. Bouchard across to Nugent Hopkins. To Evan Bouchard. To Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Left wing corner McDavid. Goes in behind the net to the right. Up the right side. Across to Nugent Hopkins. It was in his skates. Couldn't get the shot away. Puck in the left wing corner. 2-1 Oilers lead here in the second. To Corey Perry. Right wing corner now to Draisaitl. To the blue line to McDavid. Right point. Bouchard across to McDavid. Down the left wing. Looking for Draisaitl. Off the stick of Taves, and it goes out of play.
What was he doing last night from there?
Shooting.
Not passing through 2 sticks.
53 seconds left to go in the penalty to Kovalenko. Shots now 22-17 for Edmonton. They're up 2-1.
I'm laughing at the forward. It was a little bit of a surprise that a couple of those guys got pulled off that unit. McDavid and Draisaitl are staying on here.
Jeff Skinner and Connor Brown are out there. Ekholm.
Now, one thing about Ekholm, he will shoot. There's no question he's going to put it to the net.
McDavid's got to take the draw. Wins it. to Draisaitl along the blue line to Ekholm on the left wing point. Cross on the right to McDavid, to Draisaitl, to McDavid, got to the middle, didn't get a shot, and a penalty coming up, and it's going against Connor McDavid. It's going to be a roughing call. So we'll go 4-on-4.
2-minute marker. Roughing.
For 40 seconds.
No, you don't want to lose momentum on the power play. And Calvin and DeHaan reacted like he'd been shot.
So we'll go 4-on-4.
You got him with a little bit of a glove.
Get him with the right hand into the yapper.
That happens.
That happens. That's right. You gotta let him know you're there.
Give him the stick.
Face off to the right of Skinner. Puck back to the point. Caves to Girard on the left. Brings it to the middle. Goes over to the right side. Now down the right wing. He'll center it. It's off of Ekholm. Puck on the right wing boards. Middlestad to the blue line. For Taves to Middlestad. Middlestad back to Taves. To Middlestad on the right point. To Taves as he came down the left side, but it went off his stick before he got the chance. To the blue line for Middlestad. Now on the right to Girard as we're 4-on-4. Girard will take it out of the zone.
Oilers need to realize they're going to be shorthanded here in 10 seconds.
Middlestad loops back at center. Now over to the right wing. Lost it at the blue line. Penalty over. Colorado on the power play. Puck shot back into the Colorado zone. This penalty kill brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Puck comes out to center ice. Connor Brown breaks it up, shoots it all the way down. 2-1 Oilers lead. We are coming up to the last minute here in the second period.
1 minute remaining in the period.
McKinnon will get the puck in on the left wing for Lehkonen. Kulak got it free to Nurse, rims it hard on the glass and down the ice. Georgiev will set it behind the net. Cale Makar brings it out. 42 seconds left to go here in the second period. Makar dances his way in over the blue line, comes down the left wing. Kulak now spins him into the corner. It's up against the boards, comes loose to the side of the net. Rimmed hard by Nugent Hopkins, past Rantanen, and it gets out. McKinnon, tight turn in his own zone, shook off Janmark. McKinnon into the Oiler end, over to the right wing, cross ice pass, that's broken up. Ekholm will start a rush, he's got Henrique with him. It's a 2-on-1, and over the line, Henrique. The pass from Ekholm, and that hops over his stick. 4 seconds left to go in the period. Down the right wing, Rantanen waiting, shoots towards the net, it's blocked, and the period comes to a close. Penalty is done to McDavid. The Oilers will take a 2-1 lead to the dressing room through 40 minutes. So hard-fought second period. The Oilers get the only goal. How about Vasily Podkolzin? He's got goals in 3 straight games.
And a great chance right at the end of the period. Unfortunately, Henrique could not negotiate contact, and I've liked everything at Edmonton's game tonight except the power play.
Yeah.
I mean, their second unit scores a goal. That happens sometimes. A bit of a pick that they kind of got away with on the rub, but Stuart Skinner's been good, and we should have ourselves a heck of a third period here.
Oh, we're looking forward to it. Vasily Podkolzin, the goal scorer for Edmonton at 13:48 from Stetcher and Brown. In the first period, Kapanen from McDavid and Nugent Hopkins. It was Kovalenko on the power play for Colorado from Lehkonen and Girard. That's where we sit right now. We are through 40 minutes here at the Ball Arena in Denver. 2-1, the Oilers lead. Bryn Griffiths, he is set and ready to go. He's got the second intermission for you when we come back. This is Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
The Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation 50-50, presented by Rogers, is back and bigger than ever. The largest 50-50 in sports offers early bird draws, bonus raffles, and a main jackpot, which is growing by the second. With over $100 million invested across OilCountry, your support directly helps kids, families, and communities in need. Maybe you'll be our next winner. Get your tickets right now at EdmontonOilers.com and help make OilCountry a better place.
AGLC license number 696879.
CHED Edmonton. Trustworthy trustworthy, dependable global news mixed with informed, authentic talk radio. 880 CHED, Edmonton's news, today's talk.
A Chorus Entertainment radio station.
Stay connected with your community and enjoy the latest updates and exclusive access to concerts and events by becoming an 880 CHED Insider. Don't miss out on a single moment. Sign up now at 880ched.com and click on CHED Insider Newsletter to become a vital part of Edmonton's premier news and talk community. 880 CHED, Edmonton's news, today's talk, where Edmonton stays informed and entertained today and every day. At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Pod Colson to Draisaitl, cross ice to Brown, back to the blue line to Stetcher, to the middle, his shot, tip, scores! Vasily Podkolzin with a perfect redirection, and the Oilers have a 2-1 lead.
And that's our Highlight Zone, brought to you by Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos with 3 great locations in Edmonton, St. Albert, and right next door to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the Winner's Zone. And welcome to the second intermission. After 40 minutes of play, the Edmonton Oilers leading the Avalanche in Denver 2-1. And joining us on the intermission is Rob Brown. Hello, Brownie.
Hello, Bryn.
Well, here we go. It's this is exactly kind of what I expected to see. Teams, obviously trading chances at both ends, lots of skating. We didn't have a ton of penalties in the first period, but lots of them in that second period. And it's been really a lot of fun to watch the Oilers on the PK tonight. I know they gave one up on that first goal by Kovalenko, but for the most part, they're getting in the lanes. They're doing all the things right tonight.
Well, they are, and they have to. They took the 3 penalties in the second period, and all 3 times the Colorado Avalanche were denied. Colorado's power play is good. It hasn't been as good as lately as it can be, but you got McKinnon who's ready to break out, Makar, Renton, and you give them 3 chances in a period, you think, oh, that's trouble. But the penalty killing, which bent a little in the first, giving up the goal, was outstanding in the second period, and a big reason the Oilers are going into the third period with the lead.
Bob and Cam were talking about the Oilers on the power play and not all that fond of the way the first unit was playing. But the one thing that you and I have been talking about a lot over the opening 20 games of the season was they just didn't seem like they wanted to move the puck very well. But they're whipping it around. They'll get their chances. But for the most part, it's that second unit that's looked even more dangerous.
Well, I still like a lot of what the first unit did as well. I mean, they went backdoor a couple times, just missed. There was a couple big saves so far tonight by Georgie the Fifth. Sometimes you give credit to the penalty killers. I mean, Taves and Makar are one of the best defensive pairings, if not the best defensive pairing in the National Hockey League. And they're out there and they're getting in the passing lanes. They're getting in the shooting lanes. The Oilers have had their looks. I don't think the Colorado Avalanche want to continue to play with fire and take penalties as well. This is a game that both teams' power plays are explosive enough to win the game on their own. So I think in the third period, both teams are going to have to stay out of the penalty box. But I haven't minded the Oilers either power play unit. I think the specialty teams from the Oilers has gotten much better as of late and have been difference makers. And today, the penalty killing, certainly in the second period, were difference makers.
Oilers out shooting the Avalanche 22-17 through 40 minutes of play. The Avalanche had 7 shots on Stuart Skinner, but they were tough ones. I think Stu's actually playing exceptionally well. Made a huge save off of McKinnon that might even be save of the game worthy in that second period.
I think both goalies, Brenner, have played well. You're absolutely right. Coming into this game, both teams' save percentage has been below average. And when you're looking at what's gone wrong with these teams so far this season, you're thinking, okay, well, they're just not getting the big saves at the right moments. But both Georgie the Fifth and Skinner have been excellent in this game, giving the teams the saves they've needed. Stuart Skinner has just been one save better so far in this hockey game, but it's 2 good hockey clubs, top-end skill, playing hard and playing fast, and both goaltenders have given a good 40 minutes to their team thus far.
I totally agree. I think both guys have been very solid. Hey, you know what? They always say that practice makes perfect. And Bob and I were talking on the pregame show about watching Vasily Podkolzin either long before practice starts or long after practice goes. And he's been practicing tip-ins in front of the net. Scored a beautiful goal tonight. Beautiful tip-in on a shot from Stetcher. But nice to see the kid. 3 straight games now. 3 straight goals. Love it.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And a lot of players will practice coming in. They'll practice one-timers. They'll practice quick shots from the slot. But you don't see as many players stand in front of the net and just practice tip after tip after tip. You got to understand who you are as a player. But Colson understands that. He's the guy that's going to be in the blue paint. That's where his most of his night is going to be hanging out at. So go practice that. You go back to the Ryan Smiths, Joe Pavelski, they always talk about it in San Jose. All the best players at tipping the puck, getting in front, deflecting pucks, practice it over and over. I'm sure Corey Perry's in the ear of Colson saying, okay, kid, you want to score goals in this league? Here's where you hang out. Here's how you can practice. And it's always good when you're a player and you put a lot of work into something and it comes to fruition in a game. And the tip by Podkolzin, I mean, he's making a name for himself. He's found a spot with Leon. He wants to stay there. How can I stay there? Get better at different things. And tonight, it paid off with the tip-in goal.
Man, you're reading my mind, too, because as you were talking about that, just before you mentioned Ryan Smith's name, I'm thinking, who can I remember lately here who would do nothing but stand in front of the net and tip one after another? It was Smitty. He was pretty spectacular at that. But anyway, great to see Podkolzin. Hey, listen, when you're playing with 29, just go to the front of the net. The puck will find you, right? Although obviously Leon doesn't get an assist on there. Stetcher and Connor Brown with the assist, but for the most part, the kid's doing what he's got to do, and it's really good. Okay, so what do you expect coming up here in the third period now?
Well, I would expect that the Avalanche will have a push. They've got a ton of speed, and they will start to try and push the pace. You will see a lot of Makar. You'll see a lot of McKinnon and Rantanen in this third period. But the Oilers, when a team has high-end skill, and they start chasing a game, as Colorado will be in this third period, there will be a chance for an odd man break going the other way. There always is. If you're pushing and pushing and pushing to try and catch up, sometimes you get too glued on. Your eyes are glued in, and you get pulled in too deep into the offensive zone. And that one bounce, that one chip will be a jailbreak for the opposition, the Oilers being that team tonight. So look for the Oilers to take advantage and somehow capitalize on an odd man break going the other way.
Oilers 9-1-2 when having the lead after 40 minutes of play, and Colorado a miserable 1-11-0 when trailing after 2. I know you're not a big stats guy. Does that mean anything to you?
No, not really, because there's always a chance. The Oilers they played last night and they gave up a lead in the third period.
All right.
They don't want to do that again tonight against a good Colorado team.
All right. Thanks for your time. We'll talk to you coming up after the game on the post-game show. Looking forward to it. Thanks for checking in.
Sounds good.
All right. Great. We'll take a break. Obviously, the Oilers are leading this game after 40 minutes of play, 2-1. When we come back, we'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. The Oilers play in Vegas coming up on Tuesday night. That's going to be a grumpy team if the score stays the same. It is Utah just taking it to the Golden Knights. We'll tell you about that on the out-of-town scoreboard when we return. At the intermission is brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Did you know the RCMP polices over 99% of Alberta's landscape? From the oil sands to the Rockies to the prairies, the RCMP has a province covered. Providing policing services to more than 1,700 communities and with over 150 career specializations, the Alberta RCMP has something to fit everyone's goals and lifestyles. Visit rcmpcareers.ca and take the next step towards your career with the Alberta RCMP. A message from the Government of Canada.
It's a new era for Ford in Edmonton. Welcome to Big West Ford. Located westbound on Stony Plain Road just east of the Henday, Big West Ford is Edmonton's newest and most exciting Ford dealership. Whether you're after the legendary F-150, the Powerhouse 350 Super Duty, or the adventurous Bronco, they've got you covered with exceptional selection and service right here in your city. Big West Ford, driven by you. Visit Big West Ford at 18208 Stony Plain Road or online at bigwestford.com.
Athletes know that to advance your career, you've got to be part of a winning team. So, what about you? Are you working for a winning team? Well, here's your chance to do just that. Brandt is a strong and stable industry leader with career opportunities across Canada. We have hundreds of positions available right now, from parts, sales, positioning technology, heavy-duty mechanics, and more. Be a part of a winning team. Earn your stripes by joining Brandt today. Find out more at BrandtJobs.com.
This is Global News of the Second Intermission. I'm Zach Ferguson. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has given no indication he's backing off on a promise to hit Canada with heavy tariffs after his meeting last night with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Trump called the talks at his estate in Florida productive. Trudeau said he had an excellent conversation with Trump. The Premier took a question on 880 CHED's Your Province, Your Premier today about why MLAs who live outside of the Edmonton area got an increase in their accommodation reimbursements this week. Danielle Smith says anyone else who has to stay in a hotel for work gets reimbursed, so why shouldn't MLAs who have to travel into the legislature? Employees of World Central Kitchen were among 5 people killed in the Gaza Strip in an Israeli airstrike that hit a car. The charity says it is, quote, urgently seeking more details, end quote, after the Israeli military said it targeted a World Central Kitchen worker who was part of the Hamas attack that sparked the conflict. I'm Zach Ferguson. Your next scheduled newscast will be after the game on 880 CHED.
Score big with the unmatched purity of Clearwater Vodka, the perfect companion for Oilers fans. Crafted with the pristine waters of Alberta, it's a sip of local excellence. Clearwater Vodka, where the spirit of the game meets true Alberta quality. Must be 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Rogers is Canada's largest and most reliable 5G network. We're made for Oilers fans. You can stream Leon scoring in Leduc. Watch Tide tie things up in Tofield. Or check out Connor doing Connor things in Kalmar. And even watch Stewart steal the show while you're in Sedalia. Try saying that 3 times fast. Rogers, proud partner and fan of your Edmonton Oilers.
RS Breakers and Controls, Canada's leader in new, used, tested, and obsolete circuit breakers, MCC buckets, bus plugs, and switches. They have everything you need to maintain your aging electrical infrastructure, ensuring it operates as good as new. Their 24/7 emergency response gets you back up and running quickly, saving valuable time and money. Minimal generators or modifications needed, and like-for-like replacements mean no special inspections. Don't replace, repair your legacy equipment with RS. Visit rsbreakers.com.
Score big with the unmatched purity of Clearwater Vodka, the perfect companion for Oilers fans. Crafted with the pristine waters of Alberta, it's a sip of local excellence. Clearwater Vodka, where the spirit of the game meets true Alberta quality. Must be 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
The intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Bryn Griffiths back in Studio B here in Edmonton. Okay, let's find out what's going on around the league. Time for our out-of-town scoreboard, which is brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Lots of games around the league tonight. Let's get started. Rangers 4-3 over Montreal. That was earlier this afternoon. Elsewhere, Panthers beating Carolina. It was a 6-0 score there. Toronto Maple Leafs built up a nice, comfortable lead. At least they thought it was comfortable. They were hanging on at the end to beat the Lightning 5-3 in Tampa. Capitals over the Devils 6-5. Pittsburgh Penguins on home ice knocked off the Calgary Flames 6-2. Philadelphia Flyers managed to get by St. Louis. It was a close one, though. It was 3-2 in overtime. LA Kings on home ice hosting the Ottawa Senators, and it was the Kings coming up with a 5-2 victory. What else is going on here? The New York Islanders on home ice tonight, taking on the Buffalo Sabres, and it was the Islanders coming up with a 3-0 victory there. Minnesota Wild over Nashville 3-2. Utah, here we go. This one is in the third period now. Utah absolutely romping in Vegas. It is 6-0 for Utah right now over the Golden Knights. And that's who the Oilers play next on Tuesday night. The only other late game is also going into the third period. San Jose Sharks on home ice beating Seattle to this point 4-1. Still a period to go in that one. In the American Hockey League, Bakersfield, the Oilers farm team, on home ice tonight. They are in the second period, very late in the period, and it's the Ontario Reign leading the Condors 3-2. And in a matchup that is now over at Rogers Place, 7,385 taking it in, and were they rewarded? The Edmonton Oil Kings coming up with a 5-0 victory, a shutout victory over Prince George. And that is your out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Guess what? Yep, the players are returning to the ice for the third period, which is coming up next. At the intermission is brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Four Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
At the intermission has been brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Blue-collar work deserves big dollar perks. Get a heavy wallet with Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals is hiring heavy equipment technicians, maintenance supervisors, PM servicemen, maintenance coordinators, and pretty much every other position that makes Alberta go. We help move the earth that makes Alberta grow. So why not work for a company that makes your bank account grow too? Visit HeavyMetalEquipment.ca to find your new career. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals, helping you move the earth.
Legacy Heating and Cooling jingle auditions, take one for Gene Principe. Are you ready, Gene?
Ready? I'm not just here to make a thermo a couple of bucks. I'd never just microphone it in.
Take one.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Nice.
Boom! I'm a musical genius.
Legacy's going to love this for furnace season.
What's not to love with no interest and no Principe payments for 1 year?
Are you always like this?
Yep. Unlike a furnace, I have no filter.
Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Bloom Benefits offers amazing coverage that even the toughest hockey players can get behind. With excellent coverage, they offer things like massage.
You want to go?
Counseling services.
Let's go!
Dental coverage.
That was not offside.
And eye exams. With custom health coverage for any group of any size, Bloom Benefits make every team better, stronger, and healthier. Plans start from just $54 a month. Rethink your benefits today at bloombenefits.ca.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
It's a 2-1 Oiler lead as we're getting ready for the third period of play. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. We're at the Ball Arena in Denver. Oilers were able to kill off that penalty to Connor McDavid right at the end of the second period. So we'll start off 5-on-5. Vasily Podkolzin, the goal scorer in the second period to give the Oilers the 2-1 advantage. Puck goes to Nurse. Up the middle to Draisaitl. Dump the puck to the right wing corner. Connor Brown pressures Gerard on the forecheck. It comes free to Draisaitl behind the net to Podkolzin. He'll take it to the left. Off the left wing boards to Nurse on the point. His snapshot misses on the short side. Goes over to the right wing, and it's Draisaitl to the top of the circle with it. He can get to the middle. He'll get a backhand away. Kicked out by Georgiev to the right point. Stetcher shot, and Georgiev the save. He'll hold on to it. 32 seconds into the third period.
Well, you'll take that all day. You're going against, a top line that features two of the top 10 scorers in the league. McKinnon and Rantanen out there. Vlakinen and man-oh-man. Oilers had zone time. They got 3 shots on goal. It's an excellent sequence for Edmonton to start period number 3. And now you come back with McDavid's line with Nugent Hopkins and Kapanen.
Kapanen, a goal scorer here tonight for Edmonton, along with Podkolzin. McDavid to take this draw against Parker Kelly. And the puck to the right point. Bouchard shot. That got blocked. Hit Kiviranta. Puck to the left wing. It's Nugent Hopkins cycling to McDavid. It goes off his stick. It's in behind the net. Kapanen got to it. To the right wing corner. Kasperi Kapanen in behind the goal to the left. Centering pass right through the skates of Nugent Hopkins. And Kiviranta is able to clear it out. Bouchard back into his own end. To Ekholm up the right wing. Now to McDavid. McDavid into the Colorado zone. Goes to the right wing corner. That's hacked away from him. And Kiviranta cross ice to Makar at center ice. He'll bounce it into the Oilers zone. Kulak on the end boards. To the left side will get it out. Ludwig at his own blue line. Over to Gerard. Gerard Cross ice pass on the right. Goes to Middlestad. Comes into the Oiler end out of Kovalenko to the right wing corner. Kovalenko with Henrique right on him. Puck does come free, and it's sent to the blue line. Gerard, his shot, glove save made by Skinner. Couldn't hold on to it. It gets over to the left wing. It's top of the circle. Went off the stick of Janmark. Kovalenko will put it off the corner boards. Kulak up the left wing, directed out by Jeff Skinner. Almost 2 minutes gone here in the third. 2-1 Oilers lead. Nichushkin just inside the Edmonton blue line. Got it to the middle of the ice. Caggiula will bring it out. Give it to Ryan. Into the Colorado end. Dumps it in behind the net. Goes to Middlestad on the left wing. Up to the blue line where Stetcher kept it in for the Oilers. To Draisaitl, left side. Fires it around to the right wing where Nurse off the end boards behind the net. Got it to Ryan. Centering pass. Hit a stick. It'll go to Rantanen. He'll come down the left wing. Rantanen into the Oilers zone. Throws the brakes on. Pass across to Makar. Now on the left to McKinnon. He'll whip that across. It was in behind Malinsky. Shot from the point. Saved by Skinner. And right on the doorstep, another opportunity. And Skinner stopped that too. As Draisaitl will clear it out. Lehkonen with a couple of chances on the rebounds.
Well, that line can get you at any time. You got to have your head on a swivel when they're out in the ice.
McKinnon at his own blue, and that hits a stick, and he just rockets into the Avalanche bench. Didn't hit anybody. 2 minutes, 57 seconds gone here in the third. Almost hit Mark Rycroft, who's doing color on the Avalanche television. He's between the benches.
Now, you have history with Mark Rycroft.
Yes, he played for the Nanaimo Clippers when I was there doing play-by-play / goalie coach, which isn't a regular type of job. But
Chris McFarland, as you know, the general manager now of Colorado, was the assistant GM in Columbus when Scott Housen went in there. So Scott promoted him. They won an AHL championship. With guess who is their head coach?
Who's their head coach?
Well, the guy that's coaching the team right now, a guy you know.
Jared Bednar. I played with him in Saskatoon. Tough customer from Humboldt. Puck in behind the Avalanche net. It's McDavid to the right wing. Up the right side to the blue line to Bouchard. His shot off a stick, and it goes wide of the net. Kapanen gets it in behind the goal. The right wing to McDavid, back to the point for Bouchard. A snapshot, and that whistles over the net, goes off the glass.
That was a real good look for a chance for deflection, redirection there. Give it to him right now.
Cleared out, and it's Bouchard on the right wing to McDavid. Into the Avalanche zone, got it to the right corner. Ludwig helps it around the boards. Jeff Skinner came in for Edmonton, puck behind the net to Hahn, rimming it. Won't get out. Emerson kept it in. Behind the goal to Skinner. Comes to the right side. Off the right wing boards to the blue line. Emerson across to Kulak. His shot scores! Brett Kulak from the left wing point. With a snapshot, they go short side upstairs, and the Oilers have a 3-1 lead.
Well, Jeff Skinner did a great job there, and he's had some tough moments here in the last couple of weeks, but he was able to spin the puck back to a point. The Oilers worked it around. I think
that hit something.
It definitely hit something, and just judging by the reaction, I wonder if it was Janmark. Whatever the case, the Oilers have got a 3-1 lead with a pair of goals off of pucks that were deflected off of point shots.
I don't know if that hit a Colorado stick or an Edmonton stick. Jeff Skinner was going to the front. Janmark was in the vicinity.
If it's Skinner's goal, it's his fifth.
We'll wait for the call. They went short side upstairs on Georgiev. Edmonton up 3-1. 3:56. Time of the goal down the right wing. Draisaitl into Colorado territory. Right side to Podkolzin to Draisaitl. Back to the left wing point. Nurse will give it to Stetcher. Off the boards to Podkolzin down low. On the right wing to Draisaitl. Cycles the puck to Podkolzin. Up to the blue line. Gives it to Draisaitl. He'll go cross ice, and that just missed the intended target, which was Troy Stetcher, and Malinsky will get it out to center ice, he'll shoot it in. Takes a hard hit from Nurse.
Got all of them.
Puck up the right wing to Connor Brown, into the Colorado zone. It's along the right wing boards. Went loose to Middlestad.
They're seeing Kulak from Emerson and Skinner right now. I think that might change.
That might change. 3-1, Oilers are up. That we know. Puck brought in. Kovalenko goes in behind the Edmonton goal. Over to the right. stops him behind the net. Pass hits a stick, and back on the point. Taves kept it in. Low to Middlestad, goes to the right corner. Kulak pestering him. Puck back to the blue line. Makar on the right wing to Nichushkin across the line to Middlestad. Gets run into by Perry. Puck turned over, and it's Kulak to float it out to center. Makar with it inside his own blue line.
Well, don't give him any life. No reach infractions, no nothing.
Oh, off the stick of Nichushkin. Puck goes deep into the Oilers' zone. Nichushkin will come up with it in the right corner. Got it to the boards. For Ship-Off, we'll get the puck to the middle, but there's nobody there for the Avalanche. It does come out. To Hahn, over to Ludwig. Cross ice for Ship-Off. We'll get to center ice, shoot it in. Ekholm in behind the Edmonton net up to the top of the circle, but that's kept in. Goes to DeHaan, left point, his shot, stick save made by Stuart Skinner. 3-1 Oilers lead. Here in the third. McDavid cuts it right up the middle. Gives it to Ekholm, back to McDavid. Over the line to Nugent Hopkins, his shot blocked and just hopped over the stick of Kapanen. He had a wide open net, but it was a bouncing puck. It goes to the right wing corner in the Colorado zone. Up against the boards, McDavid to the blue line. To Bouchard, he's on the right. Over to the left to Ekholm. Barely kept it in, but got the puck to the left wing corner. Ludwig there for Colorado, and away from the play, Ekholm was into it a bit.
Coincidentals.
Yep. I was right in front of the Colorado bench as he was tied up with Wagner. We've played 6 minutes and 35 seconds of the third. 3-1, the Oilers lead the Avalanche. Offsetting minors coming up. We'll be right back from the Ball Arena here in Denver. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Believing in yourself takes confidence. At Portage College, 93% of grads say their education gave them the skills and knowledge they needed for their careers. That's the kind of confidence that leads to great results. Learn more at portagecollege.ca.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. As a musician, I'm drawn to the sounds of this great province. Whether it's the wind blowing down the Rockies, the rustling of grass across the prairie, or the sweet sound of a Ford Super Duty, it's all music to my ears. Speaking of Super Duty, with heavy-duty performance that's built for getting the job done right, it's no wonder this truck has Albertans singing its praises. The 2024 Ford Super Duty is available now at your Alberta Ford dealer. Just head on in today and tell them PB sent you.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Portage College graduates are incredibly employable. How does Portage know? 99% of employers surveyed said they would hire a Portage grad. Get career ready at Portage College. Learn more by visiting portagecollege.ca.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
3-1 Oilers lead. 6 minutes, 35 seconds gone in the third. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. We're at the Ball Arena here in Denver, Colorado.
This should be good. 4-on-4 here. Look who's on the ice for these two teams.
Draisaitl, McDavid, Nurse, Bouchard for Edmonton. McKinnon, Nichushkin, Makar, and Taves on the ice for Colorado.
A pair of 14s in the box. If you're Colorado, that's a good trade-off. You got Chris Wagner taking off Matthias Ekholm, one of the Oilers' 23-minute-a-game defensemen.
Nichushkin has it in his own end. He'll leave it to Taves. Go-ahead goal by Kulak as it sits right now. 3:50, or the 3-1 goal by Kulak as it sits right now. Puck into the Oilers zone. On the left wing, Taves back to the point for Makar off the left wing boards. It's McKinnon. So Makar's come in from the left point position, goes in behind the net with it. Over to the right wing. Now McDavid on him, throws the brakes on. He gets knocked down, and it's Draisaitl getting a loose puck up the right wing to Bouchard. In over the Colorado line. Has it on the right wing. To the right wing point to Nurse, but it hops over his stick and comes out.
Two guys that are going to play for Team Canada in the upcoming Four Nations Cup. McDavid and Makar going at it.
Draisaitl in on the zone on the right wing corner to McDavid. The shot, and he hammers it. And I don't know if that hit Georgiev or not, but it went out of play. It probably did from an incredibly sharp angle.
Well, that was the opposite of what's been working effectively for the Oilers. As it's often McDavid to Draisaitl in the kill zone. That time they reversed it right from the end line. Connor McDavid rifled one. If that gets a piece of Georgiev, it's in the net. Pizza 73 out of town. Shout out for a shutout tonight for Parker Snell of the Edmonton Oil Kings. 29 saves. Oil Kings all over Prince George. 5-0 the final.
Oil Kings at home tomorrow afternoon against Brandon. 4 o'clock at Rogers Place. Puck on the left wing point. Kulak to Brown, and he's got to come out. Oilers will regroup. Connor Brown to Ty Emberson. Another 49 seconds in the 4-on-4. 3-1 Edmonton leads. Emberson gets hit by Malinsky. Puck gets to the corner. Nugent Hopkins to Brown. Brown couldn't get a centering pass. And Rantanen won't clear it out. Nugent Hopkins was there, and he gets it low to Brown. Comes down the right wing. Brown to Nugent Hopkins. Shot, save, rebound, and just poked wide by Nugent Hopkins. He batted it out of the air.
Good work from that tandem, though.
Puck on the right wing. Brown got it behind the net. Rantanen will bring it out for Colorado. Rantanen into the Oilers zone to Taves. Now to McCarr, down the left wing. We'll go to the net, a shot, and Stuart Skinner the save. Nichushkin has it left wing, top of the circle in the Oilers zone. To the left wing point to Taves. Now to McCarr. McCarr, snapshot. Didn't get through, lots of traffic. We're back to 5-on-5. McCarr, left side to Nichushkin, and just getting a piece with Stuart Skinner. Cleared out by Janmark. Henrique able to push it into Colorado territory. Nichushkin left side for Taves, around the boards in his own zone, to McCarr, up the right wing to Nichushkin. Down the left wing, McKinnon into the Oiler end, goes in behind the net. McKinnon to the right. McKinnon stops. His pass goes on net, hits Skinner. He'll cover it. 10:50 to go in the third, 3-1. Edmonton leading.
Such an explosive driver, Nathan McKinnon.
Oh, when he throws the burners on,
you know what? In McDavid's case, he's so fast, but he's rangier, right? Whereas McKinnon kind of more. It's powerful. It's the power. He kind of bullies his way on the net drive, right? Like you watch Connor McDavid, it's like watching Eric Dickerson run, right? Whereas you watch Nathan McKinnon, it's kind of like watching Bo run a bit.
Yeah. The right wing to Ryan. We'll get to center ice and dump it in. An offside.
By the way, it's Bo's birthday today.
Really?
Yeah, 62. I believe. I thought I saw that somewhere. Has to be true.
Offside against the Oilers. One of the greatest athletes.
Oh, come on, man.
We ever watched.
One?
Like, unbelievable.
What did Charles Barkley say to him at Auburn? Stay out of the gym. I don't need to be the second best basketball player here.
He was so good at two sports. Like, it was unbelievable.
State to Caplanche. He is 62 today.
62.
There you go.
Malinsky with it inside his own blue line. Up the right wing. Now gets to Middlestad, down the right side. The shot and the save made by Skinner is down the right wing. That shot by McKinnon just wired it towards the net. Skinner got enough.
Yeah, a good stop. He fought that one off.
Right off the left shoulder. Face off to the left is Stuart Skinner. Shots 26-24 for Edmonton. They're up 3-1.
But we're seeing the push here. A little bit more desperation.
Face off in the Edmonton zone. And Ekholm will get it out. Glove down by Taves. Put it back into the Oiler end. Bouchard to Ekholm. Up the left wing to Podkolzin. Cross ice pass. Too far for Draisaitl. Hacked back out. Shot in by Bouchard. Oilers got a tag up. As Taves Cross to McCarr. Now through the middle, Lehkonen tried to one-touch it, and it's picked off by Draisaitl. He'll give it to Bouchard. He'll come up the right wing. Now cut to the middle. Getting in over the line. Will shoot it. And it was partially slowed up, but the save by Georgiev on the left wing. Podkolzin to the point. That went off the skate of McDavid. It comes out. McDavid then picks the puck out of the air. It'll go to Emberson. Give it to McDavid. He winds it up through the neutral zone. Peeled off his stick, though, and it's Kovalenko into the Oiler end. Down the right wing. A backhand off the shoulder of Skinner. To the right point, Ludwig. Low to Kovalenko. Couldn't handle the pass, though. It's top of the circle in the Edmonton end. And Kulak will skate up to center ice. At the center ice line, softly flip it in, cross corner. DeHaan around the boards, and that puck doesn't get out. It'll go to Kapanen. He'll give it to Nugent Hopkins. His shot, and it's saved by Georgiev as McDavid was waiting for a loose puck. We're going to take a break. 9:07 to go in the third. 3-1, Edmonton leading the Avalanche. From the Ball Arena here in Denver, it's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Weather forecast? Ugh. Savings forecast? Cha-ching. Save up to $225 on a set of 4 select tires, plus a bonus $50 off any service of $150 at Fountain Tire until December 14th. Restrictions apply. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together.
This is a message from the Canadian Red Cross. While most of us count down to the holidays, families in Canada and around the world count on the Canadian Red Cross. Help them support over 2,700 families affected by disasters in Canada this year. Donate today at redcross.ca. Your donation will be triple matched.
It's game on at City Ford.
With an all-star lineup of 2024 Ford favorites, save up to $5,000 on Escapes,
up to $8,000 on Bronco Sports,
and up to $16,000 on F-150s.
Plus, find 0% financing options available on all 3 vehicles.
Score an all-star deal today and spin and win an iPad, Oilers merch, Costco card, even a trip to Vegas.
Visit City Ford on the St. Albert Trail.
Weather forecast? Ugh. Savings forecast? Cha-ching. Save up to $225 on a set of 4 select tires, plus a bonus $50 off any service of $150 at Fountain Tire until December 14th. Restrictions apply. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together.
All games, all season.
You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
3-1 Oilers lead with 9:07 to go here in the third. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer, Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. Kulak's 5th of the year from Emberson and Skinner. Jeff Skinner at 3:56 of the third has given the Oilers a 2-goal cushion. Face off to the right of Georgiev. It gets to the corner. Malinsky there for Colorado. Little bank pass on the left for Ivan, off his stick and in. Stetcher was in behind the Edmonton net. Up the left wing, that gets picked off, gets to the middle. Nichushkin shot, and it's blocked by Nurse, and it goes out of play.
Darnell's had a solid game, Cam. I mean, that time you have a right side defense reverse back behind his goal, and he's playing the puck, and pool cues went up the board, and that's Troy Stetcher, and he turns it over, and then they got a chance in the half slot, but Nurse had collapsed down and supported, and Stetcher's going to come off, and Kulak's going to come on. Derek Ryan, who was 6-0 in faceoffs through the first 2 periods, is going to take the draw here for Edmonton against Rantanen.
It's to the right of Stuart Skinner. Puck goes to Nurse behind the Edmonton net, up the left wing, onto the tape of Draisaitl, and away from the play. Rantanen got knocked down.
Connor Brown.
Going to be a high sticking penalty, and the Edmonton Oilers are about to be shorthanded.
Is this a double minor?
Edmonton 28, Maya Crowley, high sticking.
5th power play for Colorado.
Can't hand them power plays.
Oiler penalty kills brought to you by Napa Auto Parts.
You got puck possession.
Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Oh, it's a big kill.
Well, the problem is it's one of your best penalty killers at forward off.
That does not help. Face off to the right of Stuart Skinner. 3-1 Edmonton lead. The puck goes to Ekholm, and he'll blast it around the boards and down the ice.
Oilers' work in the face-off circle this game has really helped out their cause.
Now Makar up the right. He'll give it away to Henrique. Henrique, left wing, shoots it. And that one fought off by Georgiev as it hit him in the right arm.
Got some heat on that, too.
Did. Makar to McKinnon. Into the Oiler end. Left wing to Lehkonen. To the point to Makar. Got it across on the right side. Ranton into the blue line. Makar across to McKinnon. His one-timer blocked by Emberson. Puck behind the net. And Ekholm has room and time and banks it off the left side and down.
Well, 2 pickups as a result of the Broberg-Holloway offer sheets. But goals and goals in 3 straight games. And we're starting to see Emberson being a key player here on the penalty kill.
Ranton in at his own blue. A tight turn. He's being pressured hard by Podkolzin. And he gets it up the left side to Lehkonen. Now to McKinnon, into the Oiler end, to the left wing, stops along the boards, back to the blue line, to Taves, to McKinnon, back to Taves in the middle, left wing, to McKinnon, to Taves. He'll shoot it, lots of traffic, doesn't get through, chopped out of the zone by Nurse. 38 seconds left to go in the man advantage for Colorado. 3-1 Oilers lead, 7:15 to go in the third period. Girard winds it up for the Avalanche. Into the Oiler end on the left wing. Off the left wing boards around to Kovalenko. Left it in the corner. Ekholm finds room, and all the way down the ice it goes.
Ekholm's just got a tremendous sense of anticipation on the ice.
Taves bringing it out. Taves at center, left wing to Girard. Into the Oilers zone, back to Taves. Pass on the right to Middlestad. Penalty over here in a couple seconds. Puck along the boards on the right side. Kiviranta back to the blue line to Taves. Now on the right side to Middlestad. Back to the blue line, Taves. His shot, and that one goes high and wide of the Edmonton net. But cleared out. Colorado now 1 for 5 on the power play. Devon Taves at his own blue line for Middlestad. On the left wing off the stick of O'Connor, and then it comes near the blue line, but Middlestad will keep it in. Down the right wing, puck to Kiviranta, down the right wing corner to O'Connor. To Middlestad, back to the blue line. Malinsky on the left to Ludwig, back to Malinsky. His shot rockets off the stick of Brown, and that will go out of play with 5:59 to go here in the third. It's a 3-1 Edmonton Oiler lead. We're going to take a break from the Ball Arena here in Denver. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Sportsnet Plus is your ultimate destination for Oilers games. Stream more matchups than anywhere else. Spectacular! Catch Oilers action all season. Plans starting at $19.99 a month. Subscribe now at sportsnetplus.ca.
Over the last decade, the world of work has changed dramatically. It's a change that can cause a disconnect between a company and its employees. But a partnership with Aon can help by making decisions that create a more flexible, engaged, and resilient workforce. Aon's experience and expertise, global understanding, and advanced analytics ensure that every client is better informed and better advised so that they can make better decisions. Whatever the next decade brings, Aon is in the business of better decisions.
Tired of skyrocketing energy bills? Switch to clean, affordable power with Horizon Solar. Whether you want to cut costs, go green, or increase your home's value, Horizon Solar has you covered with tailored solar energy solutions. With current government incentives, there's never been a better time to make the switch. Own your power, control your bills, live sustainably. For your free assessment, call Horizon Solar today or visit horizonsolar.com to get started. Horizon Solar, where going green makes sense.
Sportsnet Plus is your ultimate destination for Oilers games. Stream more matchups than anywhere else. Spectacular! Catch Oilers action all season. Plans starting at $19.99 a month. Subscribe now at sportsnetplus.ca.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
5:59 to go in the third period. 3-1 Edmonton leading Colorado. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. We're at the Ball Arena here in Denver. Kapanen, Podkolzin, and Kulak scoring for Edmonton. Kovalenko has the goal for Colorado. Face off to the left of Stuart Skinner.
Remember, Jared Bednar, he's a quick puller when it comes to getting the Gardien out of the net.
Stetcher on the right. Connor Brown directs it out. Ivan with the puck in the neutral zone. His pass through the middle. It was Draisaitl giving it to Brown, though, as he took it away. Give it to Brown. His pass on the left wing. Against the left wing boards, the Podkolzin to Brown. Goes to the left side to the blue line. Nurse off the corner boards. To the right, it gets to Draisaitl. Now to Podkolzin. Skates up near the blue line. Dumps it low. Oilers will make some changes as Gerard has it in behind his net for the Avalanche. Just beyond the crease is Matthias Janmark.
A little bit of a change here in this line, as you can see.
Janmark out there with McDavid and Nugent Hopkins. And the puck comes out off the stick of Bouchard, so Stuart Skinner will have to play it to Ekholm. Went to Rimmett, hit Lehkonen. Puck comes back to Ekholm. They'll go up in the air and out. Taves into his own end for Colorado.
I don't think nothing of pulling him with 3.5 minutes left, Cam.
Down by a couple. Oilers with a 3-1 lead. Puck shot into the Edmonton zone. Rantanen, top of the circle. Lost it. Nugent Hopkins gets it out to Janmark. Now to McDavid. In over the line. His shot off the shoulder of Georgiev, and it goes out of play with 4:37 to go here in the third. The Oilers up by 2.
Good rip from Connor there. As Rantanen got knocked askew, and then Janmark one-touched it up to McDavid. Georgiev has not played bad. Edmonton's got 30 shots on goal. I said they needed to get 30 to 35 to win the game. Test this guy. They've had a good start tonight from Skinner.
Face off to the right of Georgiev. Ludwig off the right wing boards and out. Middlestad will give it to Kovalenko. Come into the Oilers zone. Stop on the right wing. His pass back to the point goes off at Jeff Skinner. Now Kovalenko right corner to Middlestad. Out to Kiviranta to DeHaan. His shot. He hammered it over the Oiler net. Puck along the boards on the right wing. And out to center ice is Henrique. Stood up by Ludwig right in front of the Edmonton bench. Jeff Skinner trying to find a loose puck. Puck brought in on the right, comes back to DeHaan. His shot, and that's blocked by Kapanen. Along the left wing boards. DeHaan able to keep it in for Colorado. Left side, O'Connor back to the blue line. Gerard shot, glove save made by Skinner. He holds on. We're down to 3:44 to go here in the third. The Oilers are up 3-1.
There we go. It's coming out.
Yep. So Georgiev to the bench for the extra attacker. Colorado down by a couple. Draisaitl will take this draw against McKinnon. 6 skaters on 5. Puck gets to the corner. Nurse will get it out. High in the air, just wide of the net.
I thought that went off a stick. Their Oilers are saying that went off a stick.
Yeah, they say it went off a stick.
We might get a. Can they talk their way into a center ice face-off here?
Nurse fired it out. I think it launched off a stick.
There you go. It's going to center ice.
It'll go to center.
My guess is they might have to put
the goalie back in.
Yeah.
It just missed, too. It didn't bounce until right in front of the net, but went slightly wide. No, are they putting him back? He's going back in.
There you go. See what 8 years of post-secondary education.
It's really starting to pay off.
Well,
that's what I'm seeing.
It only took me into my late 50s.
Well, you're playing the long game.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Don't know if I'll make it into my 60s, but...
Puck goes to Nurse on the left side. Gets to center ice. He shoots it in. Georgiev will set it in behind the net. We're down to 3.5 to go in the third. Oilers are up 3-1. Pass on the right. And Rantanen couldn't handle it. Nurse has it inside the Oiler blue line. Now retreats. Gets it up the left wing. Out to center. Goes to McDavid. He will give it to Brown. He'll come in down the left side. Brown across to Draisaitl. Couldn't get that one-timer. Stick got in there.
Lehkonen, great defensive play. They'll pull him again here.
as Middlestad get the puck to McKinnon, and Georgiev's gone to the bench for the extra attacker. Middlestad will shoot it in. Skinner's got it. Oh, I thought he might take a shot. Gave it to Nurse. I got fired up about that for a second.
No way he does that.
Well, they're up by 2. Puck on the left wing. McKinnon got it in behind the net. The pass on the right, just off the stick of Rantanen, and it comes out. Skinner scored a goal in the Western League for Lethbridge. Just saying. Puck shot into the Oilers zone. Ekholm will crank it around the left side. That does not get out across. The one-timer, great save by Skinner. And Bouchard got it to the blue line. The pass came across. Skinner made a tremendous save up the right wing to center ice. Went off the stick of Janmark. Now he gets it back, but he's unable to get control. Middlestad will start up. It's an empty net in the Colorado zone. Oilers are up 3-1. We got 2:09 to go here in the third period. Middlestad gets the puck in on the left wing. Ekholm off the boards and out. And Taves knocks it down at center. Cross to Rantanen, he'll shoot it in. On the right wing, Bouchard up to the blue line to Nugent-Hopkins. He clears it. Taves on the left wing. You can hear the Let's Go Oilers chant starting here at the Ball Arena in Denver. Lots of Oiler fans. They're making some noise. Taves on the right point. Got it into the slot and up the right wing. Wheeling out is Henrique. He'll get it through the middle to Nugent-Hopkins. Scores! Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with the empty netter to make it 4-1 for Edmonton.
Well, goals in back-to-back games for RNH, but the Edmonton Oilers showed some poise here down the stretch, and Henrique, a veteran player himself, 34 years of age, just feathers a pass through the middle, and Nuge had an open seam, and he'll never score an easier goal after scoring a great one last night.
For Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, goal number 4 on the season. 18:28, time of the empty netter. And Oilers up 4-1, and they're heading for the exits here at the Ball Arena. Not the Oiler fans. They're sticking around. Puck shot in by Ludwig. Comes back to him on the right wing point. They put it down low. Puck to the left wing. O'Connor to the blue line to DeHaan. Tried to shoot it. It gets blocked. On the left side, Kiviranta will shoot it around to the right. We're into the last minute here in the third. 4-1 the Oilers lead.
Derek Ryan.
Lowering the boom along the boards there was Derek Ryan. Right wing, Corey Perry trying to get it out. Hit by Ryan was on Wagner. Or on Parker Kelly, pardon me. Puck lifted up and out by Emberson. It gets to center with 38 seconds to go here in the third period. DeHaan with it at his own blue line for Colorado.
We will be getting Matthias Ekholm after the game.
Up the right wing. Puck shot in. Stuart Skinner. To Stetcher, right corner. High in the air and out. Skating towards it. Capping in, but getting to it first was Ludwig. Ludwig up the left wing, doesn't get it out. Puck goes to Jeff Skinner. His shot. Georgiev the save. He got it off the blocker, and here's Nurse. His shot, and that one hits Jeff Skinner. Goes right into the slot.
Wow.
And DeHaan gets his pocket picked by Skinner. Skinner on the right wing to the middle. The shot. The save by Georgiev off of Henrique. And now everybody's going to gather in the corner. They thought the Henrique shot was late. I don't know that it was. And he didn't shoot it very hard to begin with. But it'll gather everyone in the corner. But the Oilers win this one 4-1 over the Colorado Avalanche. And Edmonton has won 3 straight.
Bouchard will pick up a second assist on the RNH goal.
Oilers gave up the first goal in this game and scored the next 4 unanswered. And they get their 13th win of the year. They congratulate netminder Stuart Skinner on a job well done. 27 saves on 28 Colorado Avalanche shots here this evening. And Edmonton wins this one to the tune of 4-1.
Edmonton's a good road team this year, Cam. That improves them to 8-3-1 away from Rogers Place this season. And they deserved it tonight, no question.
Absolutely. Kapanen, Podkolzin, Kulak, and Nugent-Hopkins for Edmonton. Kovalenko at the goal for Colorado. And the Edmonton Oilers with a hard-fought win here this evening at the Ball Arena. Nugent-Hopkins from Henrique and Bouchard on that empty netter. And the Oilers skate away with a 4-1 win. A lot of happy Oiler fans here tonight at Ball Arena. They were making some noise in that third period. You could hear the "Let's Go Oilers" chant starting, and a lot of Oiler fans here. The Oilers do travel well, especially when they're out west. But had to battle hard here tonight and picked up the victory, 4-1 victory for Edmonton. As Oilers will continue the road trip, they'll be in Vegas on Tuesday. This is game 2 of it. They won last night 4-3 in overtime at Utah.
Well, just an excellent road win for the hockey club, and we're going to have Matthias on here momentarily. One of the things I'm going to bring up for sure with him is the play of Emerson with him in the penalty kill, because they did get a power play goal. Their second unit got one late.
All right, we got Matthias right now. Bob, you go right ahead.
Hey, Matthias, before we get to the 30,000-foot view, I just want to talk a bit about the work that Ty Emerson and yourself and the deep pair, and just how far you see this guy coming. This is an important pickup from the Oilers. At the right price point, may I add, but he seems to be really comfortable, and you guys have got an excellent tandem defensively out in that first penalty killing unit to start. Have you seen some growth and progression with him?
Knock on woods, right, Bob? You got to say the course here. But yeah, he's been amazing as of late. I think that since we got put together there, and starting those penalty kills, I've talked a lot with him. He talks with me. He's got a big heart. You see the block. I mean, takes some guts to sell out in front of McKinnon there on a one-timer and at a big moment in the game. And I think he's very adaptive. He listens. He wants to be the stud that he's going to be. I'm pretty sure he's got all the tools, and he, as I said, he's very vocal, and he wants to learn and listen. So I think that the world of him. He's young. He's right-handed. I mean, he's going to be a stud in this league for a long time.
Matthias, what did you see from the Oilers tonight? 4-1 win. Pretty solid, but how did you see it from the ice level?
Yeah, I think what you said, they're solid. Obviously, special teams came up big again. I thought we played a third that we can be really proud of. I think we're building towards being really hard to play against, and then some nights that's just what it's got to be. I mean, even this game is 2-1 going into a third. It's not the 6-1, 7-1, or whatever the sellout can be sometimes, and this is the way you got to win if you're going to win consistently in this league. So I thought it was a really solid effort overall, and I thought our goaltender was really good again.
Yeah, excellent start from Stuart. Matthias, just following up a bit, just on the team win. I mean, there's nights where it's, Connor and Leon driving it. The stars of the two teams kind of neutralized each other a bit, but part of that was how well the rest of your team played. Put Coles in for the third straight game, and Cooley getting one through. You got 2 goals through from point shots as well. Just a thought on it being an entire team effort, maybe not so relying on 4 or 5 players.
Yeah, I mean that's you looked at our run last year. That's what we did, right? Like, obviously we count on those big guys to do their job, but some nights they're not going to be there for us. And even though I thought they were tonight, I thought they played a solid game. But as you're saying, like, they played a lot against McKinnon, so it's a bit of a neutralizer. But we have good depth on this team, and I think guys are trying to, like, when you start the year and you have some new guys coming in, whether it's Ty or somebody else, it takes a little bit to get comfortable. And if you're not comfortable in knowing what you're going to do out there, it's hard to play good. And now we're kind of settling into our roles, and I think everybody is finding what they're supposed to do within the team concept. And when everybody pulls on the rope, good things happen. So, really good team effort.
Matthias, thank you so much for doing this.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Matthias Ekholm downstairs, Edmonton Oilers defenseman, 4-1 the win over Colorado. And it seemed like a solid game from Edmonton. Yeah, they had to lean on their netminder sometimes, and Stuart Skinner had to make some stops, and they had to get some penalty kills throughout the game after that first period. And you think of the one in the third, you don't kill that and it gets to 3-2, who knows, right? Now it's just a race to the finish. But you kill that off, and they won a lot of draws tonight, and they took.
Well, they won 70% of the draws. I did have a chance to talk to Chris McFarland, the general manager. It's funny, the year that of the Avalanche, the year they had that terrible year back in 16-17, they were one of the best face-off teams in the NHL. Of course, they had Matt Duchene, who's a perennial 56-57% face-off man, but they had an older, heavier team. They've got a faster. Now again, they've got Wood's going to be out a while here. Duran's a quick little player that's got some skill. I don't know about Landeskog, in terms of does he ever come back for them. Ross Colton's a big player, but he's been very effective on the wing. I foresee a scenario where Colorado's going to go get a center. Tonight, they look like they needed one. Like the Oilers had the puck a lot off of draws, and as the game wore on, Edmonton ended up out shooting Colorado in this game. The Oilers have got the second best shot metrics in the NHL next to Carolina. I think LA's right there with Edmonton right now. But Edmonton had the puck a lot, and when you go 69.8% in the face-off circle, Cam, that plays a factor. So now the team will fly into Vegas tomorrow. They'll practice Monday in Vegas. Vegas got pumped tonight, brutally at home. The last score we saw was 6-0 for Utah. That the Vegas Golden Knights and Bruce Cassidy, Colorado beat Edmonton in the 22 playoffs round 3. Vegas vanquished Edmonton's hopes in the 23 playoffs in round 2. That's a real good franchise, Vegas. That's going to be a tough matchup on Tuesday, and we expect to see a fair amount of Oilers fans there, just like we did in Utah last night and tonight in Denver, Colorado.
It's outstanding. Oilers fans, they travel well. It was a 4-1 win over the Colorado Avalanche for the Edmonton Oilers. It's 3 straight wins for Edmonton. They're now 13-9-2. Colorado, they will drop to 13-12-0. Kasperi Kapanen, Vasily Podkolzin, Brett Kulak, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins all score for Edmonton. Nikolai Kovalenko, he had the goal for Colorado. And Stuart Skinner, 27 saves on 28 shots. And the Oilers win this one 4-1 over the Avalanche. Our Rogers post-game shows coming up next.
Exclusive live interviews, expert analysis, and game highlights. This is the Rogers Post-Game Show. Once again, here's Bob Stauffer on the Oilers Radio Network.
Podkolzin to Draisaitl, cross ice to Brown, back to the blue line to Stetcher, to the middle, his shot, tip, scores! Vasily Podkolzin with a perfect redirection, and the Oilers have a 2-1 lead.
And Vasily Podkolzin has scored in 3 consecutive games. That's the eventual game winner in tonight's game, and that's the highlight zone. Century Casino, all in all games, all season. Century Casino, 3 great locations. Edmonton, St. Albert, next to the Edmonton International Airport at Century Mile. Welcome to the winner zone. The Oilers win 4-1 in Denver. This is the Rogers postgame show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Be a savvy Edmonton hotel shopper. Book through Edmonton'sBestHotels.com and receive up to $225 in cash rewards. There are over 55 member hotels to choose from, offering their best value rates. Edmonton'sBestHotels.com. Rewards with every booking.
When the Oilers are on the ice, the big hits are a part of the game. But they shouldn't be a part of your drive. If you've been injured in a car collision, let James H. Brown & Associates and their over 200 years of combined injury law experience help you. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oilers fans, James H. Brown & Associates is ready to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
Be a savvy Edmonton hotel shopper. Book through Edmonton'sBestHotels.com and receive up to $225 in cash rewards. There are over 55 member hotels to choose from, offering their best value rates. Edmonton'sBestHotels.com. Rewards with every booking.
This is the Rogers Postgame Show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Off the right wing boards to the blue line. Amberson across to Kulak. His shot scores! Brett Kulak from the left wing point. With a snapshot, they go short side upstairs, and the Oilers have a 3-1 lead.
And that is the Alberta Blue Cross travel insurance goal of the game. Health, dental, travel. We've got the coverage you need. Visit ab.bluecross.ca. We're in the Rogers postgame show brought to you by Rogers, proud partner and fan of the Edmonton Oilers. We're in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for a year. Cam Moon, Jack Michaels, myself, Bob Stauffer, Rob Brown, who we're going to momentarily, Bryn Griffiths, Brendan Escott, all part of the Oilers radio network. And we bring aboard our Inside the Game analyst, Rob Brown. Rob, 11 different Oilers players got points. This was a poised, professional road performance from the Edmonton Oilers.
It was. It's funny. The game they won last night, there was excitement about how they played in Utah. But in the 5-on-5 play, Utah, I believe, outplayed the Oilers. The Oilers' special teams and goaltending won them the game last night. Tonight, it was the opposite. The Oilers' 5-on-5 play was far superior. That was a fantastic game they played tonight. They limited what Makar or Rantanen or McKinnon would do against them and controlled the play for most of the game. I know that you talked about the number of faceoffs they won, and that started it. But their forecheck, the relentlessness on the forecheck, the second and third efforts, and it just went the entire game. And the great example was with 20 seconds to go in the game, 3 times they stole the puck from the Colorado Avalanche defensemen and got created chances. And this was in a game that was already over. So I thought it was a fantastic game for the Oilers, a confidence builder. And it's one that wasn't won on their power play. It wasn't won on the back of their superstars. As you talked about it a lot, it was a one on the depth players of the Oilers that were much better than the depth players of the Avs.
Yeah, 11 different Oilers players had points tonight. 15-7 Draisaitl in the faceoffs at 68%. Derek Ryan was 8-1 in the fourth line. Edmonton had the puck a lot. And I know you heard the interview with Matthias Ekholm. Ty Emerson, he played almost 20 minutes tonight, 1956. He played 5 minutes shorthanded for the Edmonton Oilers and blocked a couple shots. He's a right-handed guy. He's got some courage. He's not the biggest guy, but he's, the Oilers, Rob, I'll get you to comment on 2 different players, on Podkolzin and Emerson, because basically they are the short-term replacements for the Oilers losing, in the case of Emerson, Philip Broberg on the offer sheet, and in the case of Podkolzin, losing Dylan Holloway. And may I add the difference in the salaries, and it's huge. It's a $5 million difference, right? 4.59 on Broberg. I think it's 2.3 maybe on Dylan Holloway, and Podkolzin's signed for another year at $1 million. And then Emerson's at $950. He's a Group 6 free agent. The Oilers will undoubtedly re-sign him. And these guys are starting to become contributors for the hockey team further down the lineup.
Well, they are, and I think that what happened with Emerson, there was a lot of pressure on him coming in. He's going to be top 4. You're going to play him with Darnell Nurse. They lost Broberg. They gave up Ceci for you. And I think he was mis-slotted at that point. And the pressure, I think, affected him. I think he was finally put in a position where he could have success, third pairing, he could shelter the minutes, and as he gained confidence, now we're going to throw him into our penalty kill. And you can see that he's been effective there. And Ekholm talked about it. Yeah, he's going to get better. But I do believe the fact that he's moved into the third pairing has really helped him.
Yeah.
He looks much more confident now than he did 4 or 5 weeks ago. That was a good pickup right there. And Podkolzin, he's just a guy you cheer for. Really, everyone talks about it, the work ethic he puts in, the appreciation of where he's at and what he is, the opportunity he's been given. And he goes out and practices tips. And you go to all the practices. Not a lot of players do it. Very rarely do you see a guy stand
out before the coaches. Okay,
yeah,
right.
It's great what he's doing, but the things that he's working on, there's guys that'll go out there and they'll shoot puck after puck after puck, but they not something that is a game situational working. He's going out and says, okay, well, I need to work on my hands in this situation. I need to go in front of the net and tip pucks because that's where I'm going to hang out, and then for him to be rewarded for it, that is huge, and I think it sends a message to his teammates and to his coaching staff that I want to be better. I want to hang out here. I want to be part of this organization. And I got an opportunity to play with Leon Draisaitl. I'm going to do everything possible. So 3 games, 3 goals, Good for him. He deserves everything he's getting.
Rob, great stuff. We're going to go to Vegas tomorrow. I'll talk to you on Tuesday, okay? You can interpret.
Sounds good. Have fun in Vegas.
Yes, interpret that any way you want. This is the Rogers Postgame Show on the Oilers Radio Network.
When it comes to your new home, nothing should stop you from getting exactly what you want. Coventry Homes puts your needs front and center. They won't deke past your questions about customization, and making changes won't get you sent to the penalty box. With their customizable designs and flexible options, your game-changing home is within reach. Score big with flexibility. By Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers.
For 2 weeks only, it's Black Friday savings at End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Save on laminate, luxury vinyl planks, loose lay, click flooring, hardwood, carpet, and more. Use our visualizer at endoftheroll.com to see it yourself. Plus, you could win your mortgage payments for a whole year. Terms and conditions apply. Maximum value of $25,000. Visit endoftheroll.com for details. Our Black Friday sale 2 weeks only at End of the Roll Flooring Centers.
12870 St. Albert Trail and now open at 580 Parsons Road Southwest.
Did you know the RCMP polices over 99% of Alberta's landscape? From the oil sands to the Rockies to the prairies, the RCMP has a province covered. Providing policing services to more than 1,700 communities and with over 150 career specializations, the Alberta RCMP has something to fit everyone's goals and lifestyles. Visit rcmpcareers.ca and take the next step towards your career with the Alberta RCMP. A message from the Government of Canada.
You're tuned in to the Rogers Postgame Show on the official voice of the Edmonton Oilers, 880 CHAD, and on the Oilers Radio Network.
All right, let's go to the Smart Play of the Night. It's brought to you by Catelli Smart Pasta with all natural ingredients. It's a smart move for your next meal. Look for the box the next time you shop. We are going to give it tonight to Matthias Ekholm. He finished +2, played almost 23 minutes a game, and really, when Colorado... Once Edmonton got the 2-1 lead, Colorado got 3 power plays afterwards, and Ekholm was a massive part of the Oilers' success in this hockey game tonight. To the Pizza 73 out-of-town scoreboard, Pizza 73 is the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Excuse me. We will tell you, the Bakersfield Condors lose 3-1 to Ontario tonight in the American Hockey League. Meanwhile, the Edmonton Oil Kings win 5-0 at home to Prince George. They're in action tomorrow against, I think it is Brandon at Rogers Place. They play at 4 o'clock. Meanwhile, around the National Hockey League, here we go. We will start with the fact the Edmonton Oilers' next opponent is going to be the Vegas Golden Knights on Tuesday. And they got spanked. And I mean spanked tonight at home by the Utah Hockey Club. Final score 6-0. San Jose doubles up, struggling. Seattle 4-2, 3-2. The Minnesota Wild over the Nashville Predators. The Islanders shut out the Buffalo Sabres 3-0. The Flyers, Matvei Michkov, I think that's his third overtime game-winning goal this season. They beat the St. Louis Blues 3-2. LA 5-2 over Ottawa. Tampa Bay at home put up 41 shots, but the Maple Leafs end up winning 5-3. Washington, they're leading the NHL in goals. Well, they outscored New Jersey tonight 6-5. Pittsburgh pounds Calgary 6-2. Florida shellacks Carolina 6-0. They beat them 6-3 yesterday, and the Rangers 4-3 victors over Montreal. Here at Ball Arena, the Edmonton Oilers an impressive 4-1 road victory. This is the Rogers Postgame Show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Today you can score at A&W. Enjoy a juicy grass-fed beef mama burger and fries for only $5. Available in-store or on the A&W mobile app at participating locations in OilCountry. This fantastic deal is available all day today at A&W.
When was the last time your electricity and natural gas provider made you feel like this? Low rates, no strings attached, year-round perks, and local energy experts who always have your back with Encore by EPCOR. Find that carefree energy feeling at encore.epcor.com/carefree.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll-free.
Today you can score at A&W. Enjoy a juicy grass-fed beef mama burger and fries for only $5. Available in-store or on the A&W mobile app at participating locations in OilCountry. This fantastic deal is available all day today at A&W.
Let's go to the Molson Cup 3 Stars, brought to you by Molson, the official beer of the Edmonton Oilers. Whether it's Canadian, Ultra, Export, Excel, there's a Molson with your name on it. You must be of legal drinking age. Third star tonight, he scored Colorado's lone goal, Andrei Kovalenko. Yes. Well, it wasn't Andrei Kovalenko, but it was a Kovalenko that scored it. And, yes, that was the one and all Nikolai Kovalenko, of course. His father, Andrei, played for the Edmonton Oilers and the Avalanche back in the day. Second star tonight, Vasily Podkolzin. He's got goals in 3 straight games. Stuart Skinner makes 27 saves. He's tonight's first star. The Rogers postgame show is heard following each of our NHL broadcasts. Oilers return to action Tuesday night against Vegas. For my play-by-play partners this season, Cam Moona at the call of tonight's game, Jack Michaels, Rob Brown, Brent Griffiths, Brendan Escott, studio producers. Tonight it was Angie Quinnell and Eamon Hashem along with Kellen Kennedy and our longtime engineer here in Denver, Colorado. The Oilers had dropped 5 of their last 6 here in Denver. Tonight they had the answer. They went 4-1. Jesse Trujillo did an excellent job engineering this one for us. So long, everybody, from Ball Arena. The Oilers win 4-1.
The Rogers postgame show is heard following each of our NHL broadcasts. Portions of this exclusive broadcast are brought to you by Ford, official partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Built Ford proud. Molson, official beer of the Edmonton Oilers. Whether it's Canadian, Ultra, Export, or Excel, there's a Molson with your name on it. Must be legal drinking age. And Rogers, proud partner and fan of the Edmonton Oilers.